time.
Ooh.
God damn it. The AI uprising combined with tariffs, like it just doesn't. It's for one thing, and then the other thing, I think it'd be okay. But same.
It's a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, it's just not working for anybody right now. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So yeah, there is a little. I mean, I don't know. People are in financial peril. I spent most of the weekend going bank to bank, hitting every ATM that I could just to shove the mattress full of cash, because it just seemed to me like that was the easiest way to handle everything. Even that guy, what's his name? Bill Ackerman.
Yeah.
I know him because he did the documentary about Nutri-Life. Is that the thing that he said that was that the door-to-door kind of, the shake supplement that really the business was getting people to sell it?
Was that the one that people would advertise on Facebook?
It sounds like it. Yeah.
It's like a Rodan and Fields, but for shakes.
Herbalife?
Yeah. But we're saying the same thing, Mike. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. I know him because he shorted Herbalife, which means that like he'll make money as the company fails. And part of it was him explaining that this is like, to him, he felt that it was a Ponzi scheme and that it was all just kind of multi-level marketing. Like it wasn't, the product itself wasn't the product. The product was just getting more people to sell the product. So eventually everybody's selling the product. There's nobody left to buy the product. But then they were like, well, yeah, of course that's your opinion. You've already shorted it. You want things to do. And it was just an interesting thing because it was not only an interesting doc about Herbalife, but also, for those of us that aren't operating in the world of finance every day, like learning that people do short things and there are people with a vested interest in certain things failing, which feels like not the way finances should work. Like the idea that you will personally benefit from a company failing, just it doesn't.
Well, do better.
It does. What, the company?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but like,
it's all gambling.
The
stock market's just gambling.
That's right. How'd you make your money? Oh, I was watching others fail, and that's
the
how.
Same way you can pick a football team to lose and make money.
It's the same thing. It's It's the same thing. Although, if you made all your money, like if you're on CNBC going like, I'd like to give financial advice, I bet on things to fail. It's like it just doesn't feel contributive is what I'm saying. It doesn't feel like we're adding to. It just feels like, well, if the whole world is burning down, might as well make some money as we go. Or if you're trying to make money, that is a way to do it.
Or you're trying to, light a fire under these companies' feet and be like, hey, right. Prove me wrong.
I'm trying to motivate you guys.
I'm trying to motivate you.
Look, make me broke. I'm trying to motivate you.
Hey,
I'm coaching here.
Wrong.
Yeah. I'm just creating consequences. If you think I'm an asshole, wouldn't you like me to be a broke asshole? Make better products.
Yeah. That's one way to look at it.
It was funny that I was getting emails like all weekend from companies, like all the companies that I've previously purchased from that ship internationally, like any company that's based overseas, going like, hey, dog, you better buy now because times are going to get tough. You better buy now. And half of it is like, yeah, they probably are going to have to raise prices a lot. But then the other half is like, you're trying to move some inventory, huh? You're trying to...
Or you're just using this as an excuse.
Well, I mean, I literally, like, my wife was like, what's the deal with these tariffs? I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know anything about tariffs. And she was like, well, should we be worried? I go, I don't know. I don't think so. I think we'll be all right. Like, long term, I think we'll be fine. She's like, well, my friend's out, like, buying a phone. And I was like, what? And she was like, should we be buying phones? I go, we have phones. What do you mean should we be buying phones?
It's not that.
And she's like, well, my friend's buying a phone this weekend. And I go, why? And she goes, because the phones are going to get so much more expensive. And I go, but, I mean, yeah, I mean, phones are expensive, I guess, but like, I'm not buying a phone for another year anyway. I mean, we'll probably call it in the air there. I'm not buying a phone this weekend because of the tariffs.
So you still have your same phone?
It's still the same phone.
All right.
It works.
That's a choice.
I didn't know. And then I was like reading this article in the New York Post, and they were like, why tariffs are good. And I went, oh, thank God. Because this seems, yeah. I go, because this seems horrible. This tariff that, like, it seems like we're on the verge of economic collapse. I don't know why this guy is doing this. Why are we doing these tariffs if everybody's saying this is so bad? Oh, okay. All right. The New York Post is going to set me straight. I'm going to get off this lamestream media and figure out why the tariffs could. This is what it says. How Trump's tariffs could finally help Americans. I go, okay, great. Win their war on clutter. I went, oh, no. No, I can already see. And basically, this article presents a scenario where, hey, you got too much shit as it is. The good thing about the tariffs is things will be so expensive and you'll probably have less money that you won't buy as much. You won't overconsume. It will shake you out of overconsumption. And I said, this seems like the mental gymnastics that I would have to do to actually be like, hey, good news, honey. We won't be buying things anymore.
Just
They're
this
too
one
much.
line. Thanks to cheap imports, online shopping, and speedy deliveries, nowadays it's easier than ever to buy things just for the sake of it. Yeah.
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 That's the point.
It makes me feel better.
Yeah.
You know?
It fills that empty void inside of me.
I go like this. I'm not wealthy enough to dress like my favorite celebrity. And then Temu says, how would you like 7 pairs of pants that look just like your favorite celebrity? I go, yeah, how much? They go, $30. I'm like, fantastic. And now they say with the tariffs, Temu's going to get hit. I won't be able to get my 7 pairs of pants that look just like, in the picture anyway. In the picture,
that's all that matters.
Looks just like what Timothée Chalamet wears. Luckily, by the time it arrives, I forgot I ordered it anyway, so I don't even get mad because I don't remember what it was supposed to look like. Last year, the average family bought 5.7 times more flatware and dishes.
Really?
Oh, I can stop buying so much flatware and dishes.
Yeah.
I was just telling my wife, when are we going to start? Like, who needs all this flatware? And she said, what is flatware? Can you tell me what flatware is? I was like, don't get off the point here. 2.5 times more clothing and footwear. See, a lot of times you would read this data and say, well, we're doing very well as a country.
Oh, it sounds like we're prospering.
Yeah, people are buying more clothing and footwear and 3.5 times more furniture than it did 10 years ago, according to the Commerce Department data. Oh, that sounds terrible. Remember the good old days when we'd have to line up for loaves of bread? That's what we need to get back to.
Okay. Just keep reading.
This huge surge in the amount of stuff that people have, flatware, dishes, clothes, shoes, is already coming back to haunt many families, especially when they try to downsize their homes or when elderly loved ones die.
All this flatware.
So what they're saying is, first of all, I love already that they're like, listen, read the writing on the wall. It's time to downsize as it is. The best part of this is there'll be less to move into the smaller house.
Thanks to tariffs.
Yeah, look at your kids. You think they're going to want all this shit when you die? You're going to be the elderly people. We're battling a tsunami of stuff, and this stuff is winning.
Tsunami.
Yes. Julia Hall, the head of estate liquidation company The Estate Lady, told the newspaper. Sounds like the estate lady realized now's my time to shine. Time to get a little press for the estate lady.
Millhouse.
I'm the estate lady. That really is a Van Houten business if I've ever heard one. However, all this might soon come to an end with panicked Americans fearful of what tariffs will do to sticker prices, forcing them to cut back on unnecessary buying and consuming, the Journal suggested.
Yeah, probably.
I love it. I love that we
just
can.
think it's funny that they're spinning it as a good thing.
Well, he said we're going to win. This is a win. I didn't even think of it. I thought it was a loss, but I was wrong.
No, it's a win.
It's a win.
You don't
because
need all that stuff.
Look at all the stuff.
Those are all wants.
Right.
Not needs.
And when you got kids, that's better. They understand better than anybody when you sit them down and explain wants versus needs.
Yep.
They totally get it.
You just got to turn those needs into wants.
That's right.
Trick them.
That's right.
Like, Dad, can we go to the store and get some toothpaste? You'd be like, well, if you're good.
Right. Right. How's your behavior
And
been?
then they get excited.
Yeah. Toothpaste day. Yay, it's toothpaste day. As I say before bed, I go tomorrow. Because if it's just tonality, really. You know what we're doing tomorrow? No, what are we doing tomorrow? We're. going to get toothpaste.
You're the best, Dad.
Yeah, as long as you say it like old school Oprah, you're fine. Toothpaste! Toothpaste for everybody. They're like, we all get our own tube. No, we're all sharing a tube. Yay!
Troy had to sit Toots down and tell him, listen, you really don't want eggs.
Eggs are bad for your digestion. You're a cat.
You're going to get some Friskies.
Right, the best thing you can get is plain dry food. It'll be great, Toots. Great, you say, yes, and we're selling your bow tie. Jason in Rochester.
Hey, buddies. How's it going?
Good.
So, I just had, I take everything with a grain of salt when I do my own research, but I stumbled upon this fat Asian guy talking about tariffs and what he thinks is really going on, and it kind of made sense to me that Trump's putting these tariffs in place to bring manufacturing back to the United States of America, like we're seeing with Toyota and Honda, and big corporate conglomerates that do all their business outside of the United States and all their manufacturing, like Nike. He's trying to prod these companies into coming back by hitting them where it hurts, and the countries don't like that because they want to keep these companies in their country and keep their people working.
Yeah,
I get that.
I get it too, but if they bring all the manufacturing back here, and we're not allowed, they have to pay people reasonable prices to manufacture.
I mean, there's a reason companies leave.
Yeah, everything's going to go up in price.
Yeah, corporations just have to act in good faith, and I don't believe in that. But
No, me neither.
I don't know. But
Thank you.
We'll see. I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, Jason. Like I said, ATM after ATM, filling that mattress up.
Hitting those limits.
Yeah, it should coast me for the next... I'm good for the next 90 days or so, so I think we should be fine.
You're sad, dude.
He's right.
It'll be over by then.
By 90 days, the whole world...
It'll be over by, you mean
it's
the
a
world?
fast...
No, we'll be back on track.
We're TikTok culture, you know what I mean? 90 days is a lifetime. We'll be fine.
That's like midsummer.
That's right. I mean, think about it, because it was chilly this morning.
Yeah.
It feels like it's not going to be warm forever, right?
I know.
And by then?
You'll be sweating.
Exactly. Exactly.
You won't need all those clothes.
No, exactly.
Right. Wear your summer clothes from last year. It'll be fine.
Hey, you got plenty of shoes, bro.
I already
do.
have plenty
That's
of
true.
shoes. Yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm the one who drove up the statistics on this. I don't know they're going to use it against me. I should have bought all those shoes. Now they're using it against us, saying like, you know what we need? Some tariffs. People stop buying so many shoes all the time.
You're like, God damn it.
They're right though. I mean, my kids are looking at these shoes, going, "What are we going to do with these when you croak?" I said, "I don't know. That's not my problem."
Yeah.
Thank God for tariffs. They
Looks
said.
more like a you problem.
Right.
Me problem.
Right. Right. I mean, it's bad time. I saw like Nintendo is one of these then I guess all the like Nintendo and Sony stock plummeted, right? And Bitcoin's down. Why is Bitcoin down?
Uh-oh.
I guess it's
I thought he was the crypto president.
I thought so too, but it's down to under 80. It's like
Whoa.
77K. 76K.
Should we get in again?
Now's the time. Now that we got the disposable income. I mean, that's got to be what it is, right? People are like, well, I don't think we have as much money to play around with anymore. Better cash out.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because I would have thought that as people I thought the point was as you lose confidence in kind of traditional tariff-affected money situations.
The make-believe money would be rising.
Right. At least it can make you feel comfortable because, like, yeah, the pretend play internet money, as long as it's going up, you're like, everything can be fine.
good.
We're good to go.
I thought this was going to hit like 300,000 this year.
I thought it was too.
Didn't something happen?
We're supposed to hit 300K this year?
No, but it's like every time Bitcoin starts going up, you start hearing
It's never going to stop.
the big the lifers
Right.
talk about like this is it, this is happening now. It's no more downturn.
Right.
To the moon.
To the moon.
And
We're still at the underwater portion of this iceberg.
yeah.
Okay?
You don't even know.
Do you think this is going up? No.
Every time, and there's always another excuse. I'm so glad I'm not in this.
No, I couldn't take it.
No way.
Unless you got in super early.
So early.
And you just don't, guys. I have friends that they got in, they don't care.
Because this is all cake. They're rich regardless.
They've cashed out $1 million already.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. If you've cashed out that much, or if you got in so early that this is all just fluctuating profits, but it's all insane
Like, you're never going to lose.
Like the pizza era, when you were buying Bitcoins with pizza. If you got in pizza era Bitcoin, none of this matters.
Right.
But that's a very small group of people.
But if you're, throwing a couple grand in hoping to make some money,
Forget it.
it's like...
Forget it. Forget it. I mean...
Yeah, I would love to know why it's down. Because I thought he was
it's
savior.
I would think so too, but I think it's probably because now it's become so popularized. There's a lot of people, I would think, I'm just guessing, who buy in almost for fun, like almost playing the game. Like it's not a lifer, it's not their lifestyle.
Sure.
It's just like, yeah, this is what we'll do. And when reality hits, it's one thing to conceptually say, I'm even more diversified, I believe in this for the future. But when reality hits and the economy starts to like take a real nosedive and there's this like threat of even worse, then you start going, where's my cash? Like where's my cash? I'm not playing around anymore. I need this now. It's my money and I want it now.
Down 13% in a month.
Right.
And
Right.
Ethereum's down 31%.
Not ETH.
No.
Not ETH.
It happened.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I don't know.
That's not good for the Bored Ape people.
Oh.
Oh yeah, the Bored Apes.
Let's
Yeah,
see
you
how
need for
much.
Ethereum to get it, right?
Oh yeah.
Let's see how much.
Oh yes, that's worth less.
Imagine having one now.
If you're like, don't worry about these. See, everybody's fucked up with these tariffs, but I got NFTs.
I got a Bored Ape.
I got a Bored Ape. Me and Justin Bieber got Bored Apes.
All right. The lowest priced Bored Ape is
13.9, so right around like 14 ETH.
20 grand.
Come on.
Who's buying that now?
For 20K?
Wouldn't you like to meet the asshole?
I would.
That's
like,
buying
I
in
need I need
now?
a Bored Ape
Yeah.
right now.
I would, because it's a guy who's like, no, these used to be 200K, and I can get it for 20K.
No, you don't even understand.
You're getting it for 10% of what it was once worth. I mean, that's huge. And by the way, this guy one's got holes in his T-shirt. See?
That's a deal at any price.
Right. You know, that's like a boiler room. Look. I liked it at 50. I love it at 20. I mean, this is amazing. Now's the time. Haven't you ever heard buy low so you can sell high? This is low. Hello. Now's the time. Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting time. I mean, there are still people, obviously, right? Somebody's paying 20K.
And you still sometimes see people with their like profile pictures as the Bored Ape, and you're like, that guy's a tool.
Right? Yeah, you got to change it. Just the optics of it are
Yeah,
off.
you look dumb.
You look stupid, man.
You got taken.
Yeah. Especially because if it's your profile photo, odds are you did that a while back, and that's when these were really pricey.
Listen, shout out to this guy. He sold it 5 hours ago
For how much?
for 20 grand,
He did?
and he was the original owner, so he made about 20 grand because these things only cost a few $100 when they came
Okay.
out.
All right, good for him.
So if there's people that are still doing that,
I mean, I hope they can maintain perspective, right? Where it's like, yeah, you could have at one point made like a ton of money.
$500,000.
Yeah. But like, hey,
20 grand's great.
20 grand for a JPEG is not bad.
No.
And you didn't even have to draw it. You bought a JPEG, you sell it for 20K. Like, that's not bad. I get these for free off Google Image.
Yeah, you can just take them.
Yeah, just grab
I
them.
bet you I could put it in Chat GPT to make a Bored Ape, and then you get one for free.
You probably could put it in chat.
I might do that today.
You should.
I'm going to make Bored Apes for everybody.
You should. Oh, that'd be great. We can all have our own personalized Bored Apes.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
You should make your own. You should make like Bored Troys.
Bored Troys.
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just put them up there for 20K. And then, if you don't sell, big deal. They were free.
Yeah.
It's not like you commissioned them.
I could find some idiot that'll pay for it.
Right. All you need to do is sell one and you're set. I mean, in this post-tariff world, we need everything we can get.
That's true.
Are there pro-tariff people out there?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah,
are they?
there's people that believe. Yeah. And
Is
I
it-
understand.
And is it more the long-term
It's
sort
a long
of...
game. It's like they're saying we don't want to be relying on China for metal and microchips. If we go to war with them,
Right.
we're going to need these supplies to go to war with them.
Right.
So we should have everything being manufactured here.
And it's a great idea. It'd be great to be manufacturing stuff here,
I mean, the intentions behind it are good.
It's just the road.
It's the road is unproven.
And
Tariffs have generally
Treacherous.
not worked.
yeah. And also, like, they're saying that everybody that gets hit with these tariffs, for the most part, it's not the country that feels the pain. It's
Right.
the companies
Yeah.
in the countries. It's
Yeah.
it's the people selling things that are like, well, great, now,
And then where do those companies
Now I'm
pass the
fucked.
cost off?
right,
To you.
to me,
Right.
the consumer.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I saw that Nintendo Switch was already having a hell of a time because Nintendo Switch did one of those things where they did a big event and they were like, this is the Nintendo Switch 2. This is all the things that you can do with it. This is how great it is. You could even play GameCube games on it. And it was backwards compatible. And everyone's like, this Nintendo Switch 2 looks amazing. And they were like, yup. And guess what? Here's the new Mario Kart. And everyone's like, Mario Kart fucking rules. And they showed the new Mario Kart. There's like open world Mario Kart. People were like, how do we get open world Mario Kart before we got GTA 6? And Nintendo was like, we did it. We did it all.
I was watching people play the game. They're just driving around wherever. You can just go off wherever you want.
Off track.
That little cloud doesn't pick you up and put you back on the track anymore.
Nope. You go right off the leaf. No problem.
No problem.
No problem.
I mean, it looks great.
It looks amazing. And then I was like, man, this is all good. I wonder why they're waiting so long to talk about pricing on this stuff. And then at the very end, they were like, for both the game and the console, the price will be too much, is what it will be. It will be. Yeah, I mean, this is before we even got the tariff news. What did they say? That the Switch 2 was going to be $1,700? $450 for a Switch, which is nuts. Like, the Switch is supposed to be the sort of like the fun game. It's like fun coupons.
Right.
Switch is supposed to be like a $200 thing where you just grab it, you know what I mean? You could buy it for the kids, you could pluck it up off the system, play it, you know, wherever.
First one was $300, and I thought that was very fair.
300 is okay.
That's a fair price.
I'd like 250.
You're not going to get $250.
I'd love 250.
Well, then you need a Switch Lite.
Okay, I can't be walking around with a Switch Lite.
Nah, you're not.
Because you know what they say? They say Switch Lite. What's next? Light in the loafers?
Yeah.
And I go, don't say that. Don't say that. No, I can't have a Switch Lite.
You don't
okay.
want to pull out the same system that my daughter has.
No. No, okay, all right. So I'll do the 300 then. I'll do the 300.
Well, not anymore.
Now it's $450
$450
for the new Switch, and then I saw where they were really getting people is $80 for Mario Kart.
$80 digital games.
Digital, not you don't get it on your little SD.
No.
You don't get it on a disc.
No.
$80 download for Mario Kart.
$80.
And the language that I saw being used
Oh fuck.
is oh fuck. They are, and it wasn't even so much about Mario Kart being $80. It was the whole video game community going, oh my God, they did it. Nintendo just normalized the $80 video game.
Yeah.
Like this because Mario Kart is not like this sort of epic, you know, forget about it. If GTA 6 came out and was like, we're $80 for the base game, people would go, I guess that's because it's GTA 6.
No one would think twice.
Yeah, it's because we had to wait 12 years for it, whatever. But when Mario Kart is $80, that's when Rockstar Games is going, wait.
We can charge $100. Easy.
We can just do this? $100 for the deluxe one, right? No. $100.
buy-in price.
$100 and it comes with a statue, right? No. I mean, like the deluxe games are insane now because like you buy them, they come with a statue, and then it comes with a little slip of paper with your code in it because there's no disc anymore.
Right.
So you're just buying a silly statue based on a game, and then you still just download it.
And I mean, these deluxe editions, they can go for what, up to like $200?
Yeah, $250.
Depending on what you get. And some of them are awesome. Like, if I was that big of a fan of a game, some of these deluxe editions are super cool.
Right. They're like, look, you could buy Halo, but if you want, you could also get a Halo helmet, and we'll give you a new skin for one of your characters.
Is it exclusive? No, you just get it early.
You get it early. Yeah, no. We're going to sell it as an add-on later.
Oh.
But that won't be for another 2 weeks. Oh! You can flex on your friends for 2 weeks. All you have to do is pay triple the price. Did I mention the helmet?
And early access, that's a big thing now, too.
Can I wear the helmet? No. It's a mini helmet.
Yeah,
I should have said it's a mini helmet. Yeah, early access too, which is clearly just this is when the game comes out. They went the Patreon model where they were just like, they go now, you get early access to the game. Oh, when does it come out? A week after early access.
Oh.
So you're saying if I pay them, or you could say if I
A
pay
week. Most times it's like 3 days.
3 days. So if I pay the full amount if I pay crazy amount of money, I can get it on the day that it just kind of comes out. Right. So it's more like if you pay what it used to cost, you can have it late.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because nobody goes like, oh yeah, the game comes out on Monday. I mean, Friday for early release, but mainly Monday. Friday is the release day. Early release is always the release date.
Yes.
Like if you jump on and go like, oh yeah, no, I'm getting the game on Tuesday. You're like, what? I've been playing all weekend.
I
What?
didn't know you were that poor.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Oh, I thought you were a fan.
$80 games is crazy, though.
That's what it is now.
Yep.
And now they're delaying it like 3 days after the Twitch press conference. I mean, not the Twitch, the Switch. I don't know anything. You play Switch on the Twitch? 3 days after the Switch press conference where they're like, yeah, we're upending video game economy. They're like, yeah, these tariffs, this is going to take a little longer. Also, could be more expensive. $450 was pre-tariff era. Now they've delayed it to like
I don't even think they...
have a specific date.
Yeah. They was supposed to go on pre-order Wednesday, but now it's just delayed.
Yeah.
But they said it's still going to be launching June 5th.
Are they keeping true with the $450?
I mean, that's going to be the lowest price.
Oh. Yeah, see, but like, yeah, so Vietnam was hit with a 46% tariff. And a lot of these places have moved factories to Vietnam. There's a lot of manufacturing going on there now. China is at a 54% tariff. Nintendo has not said where its new consoles will be made. Well, based on this data, I would say Vietnam probably has an upper hand over China. The 10% would be the difference. Nintendo also didn't say if it would raise price on the console, which was announced earlier this week for $450. A trade group folks estimated Friday that the game console prices could rise by 50% due to the tariffs announced this week. That's why I think they've delayed the pre-orders, because you could just, I mean, the tariffs aren't going to make a difference in the literal manufacturing of it unless it makes a difference in the price. So I think that they've delayed the pre-orders because they're like, $450 is it's a living price. You know, it can be moved, it can be manipulated. Who knows?
It's dynamic.
Yeah, dynamic pricing right now. What are these dynamics based on? Mainly the tariffs. We're trying to keep our profit margin exactly where it is. And that is the funniest thing, right? They go like, well, in order for us to maintain our profit margin, we have to have like a 300% markup. So technically, we would still make plenty of profit on this, even if we sold it for the same price. But we need our 300% markup. So
Costs $340 in Japan. But it's region locked.
no. Is there like a little thing you could plug on? Is Game Genie or something you can plug on the back?
I don't think there's an up, up, down, down.
Yeah.
Left, right, A, B, start.
I remember like when PlayStation 1 was out, if you plugged a thing on the back and you got a disc, you then like ran the disc, and then if you timed it right, you had to take out the disc and put in the game, and then you could play your Japanese
Really?
games. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it would take you, I mean, so many tries. I was so bad at it. All I was trying to do was play my Fire Pro Wrestling from Japan.
I was going to ask, like, what are you playing from
Fire
Japan?
Pro Wrestling from Japan. And I'd have a big fucking box plugged into the back of the PlayStation, and it'd be a disc that you'd have to run.
Yeah.
And then right at the right time, open, switch, boom, boom, boom. And then, 50% of the time, you would get it right on time, and you could play your disc.
I didn't even know regions were still like a thing.
Yeah, I kind of
I
didn't
remember
either.
trying to have to find an unlocked like Battle Royale DVD. Like,
Right. But like 4K discs, I don't think are region locked.
Right.
So I kind of thought that was over.
But from what I'm reading, the system itself is region locked.
Oh, perfect. They're probably doing that for our benefit.
Well, that's where if they make them in they don't make them in Japan, but like if that's where they can sell them for cheaper,
What is this? Undercutters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like I'm trying to find where we're getting some help from somebody.
It's fine.
It doesn't, okay.
You don't need a Switch 2.
Oh, is that what that Post article was about?
You want it,
Yeah.
but it's just going to clutter your living room.
I really, can't imagine being one of these smaller companies that like makes all their money, like has a huge American customer base, you know, that are based in Japan or whatever, and like little clothing companies or
Like
whatever
Temu?
it is. Temu, for instance, those
Shein.
tiny little companies. But like, yeah, the whole business model is fucked now.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll see.
when do we get manufacturing here?
A couple of years.
Fuck, I can't do. Well, what do you mean a couple years?
Well, the
I mean-
infrastructure is not built.
You gotta build it.
Yeah.
If you could do it in 3 months, that seems fine.
Apple can say they're going to make phones in the United States. They got to build the facilities first.
They got they got all that room in Cupertino.
You think that's all in Cupertino?
It's all in Cupertino. They got all the room they need in Cupertino. You can't build a quick factory right there in Cupertino?
Maybe they'll just take something in Red Hook. There's lots of empty buildings.
Boom. Boom. Red Hook could be the manufacturing capital of this nation. They got empty buildings in Red Hook, right?
For sure.
Big. Boom. There we go. What about Silver Cup Studios? Who's using those right now?
Nobody.
All right,
That's
good.
over.
Good. Let's put some machines or something in there. I mean, why wouldn't
We'll be fine.
we will?
Yeah, it's just growing pains.
I guess.
Okay. I wish we had built the infrastructure before the tariffs. If you build the infrastructure and then do the tariffs, we're kind of good to go. But
what's the incentive then?
to build the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Be like, tariffs are definitely coming.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Tariffs are on their way.
They'd be like, shut up.
That's a good point, actually. That's exactly what they would do. That's 100%. Oh, okay, yeah, they're coming. Okay, shut up. Oh, watch out, guys. Tariffs are coming. Let's manufacture it overseas. We get it for a nickel. Shut up.
Well, I'm sure Trump wants all this stuff built before his end of his term.
Well, which term?
He wants to make a.
You get
He'd be like, see, I need to run again.
I need to
Look how
get
good
3-4 terms, but we're not done. We're not done with the infrastructure.
There's ways.
Yeah, he said it, right? There's ways to do it. One thing you could do.
The reporter said like one of the ways, and he's like, "Yeah, that's fun." It was like if JD ran as president,
Right.
and he ran as vice president,
Right.
and then JD stepped down,
Oh, I was, honestly,
and he
I
goes,
was,
"Yeah, that's fun."
for a second, I was thinking about it, or is this a murder scenario? I didn't realize the vice president could just step down. I thought they had to kill JD.
No. I mean, he'd be open to that too, because then the reporter was like, "What are some other ways?" And he's like, "I'm not telling you."
Yeah.
He doesn't want to give away his secrets.
No.
He was probably surprised that she figured out the
Yeah,
first
I was like, oh, that's a good one.
Fuck, how'd you-
Figure it out.
Or maybe he was like, oh my God, you could, that actually
Oh.
seems way easier than the way I was
one. I
thinking.
was going to murder him.
Yeah, no, I was watching White Lotus. I was coming up with all these ideas.
No. I was going to make him a pina colada.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a whole thing, but okay. I'm sure we could convince him to step down. I mean, that's no skin off our back.
You could bully him easy.
That's what he's there
I
for.
mean, what's he doing?
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nice eyeliner, fruitcake. Get out of here.
Get out. Take a walk. Tell your story walking. All right, you don't have to be me. I agreed to this. I don't know why you're insulting me.
Like, I know he's the vice president, but I just see fat JD memes. That's the only thing
Oh
he's
my God, they're so
contributed.
good. They're so good.
Well, because they make his face small.
I mean, they've made him into everybody.
Yeah. He's got a funny face,
I saw a JD Vince Neil. It's like Vince Neil back in the day, but with fat JD.
Oh, is Jack Black as Gerard Way looking like JD?
Yeah, that's all he's doing.
That's great.
He's just being fat.
That's great. I love it.
Anyway, we'll be fine.
All right. Well, good news, guys. Everything will be fine. I'll say this.
We'll be fine.
Just hang in there, bro.
It's going to be a bumpy summer. We'll say that.
It's summer. We'll be outside. Doesn't matter.
Exactly. Take the summer off anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Go to a softball game.
let's just chill for a while anyway.
Go to the beach. Beach doesn't cost anything yet.
Oh, you just roll out. Well, parking, but gas.
Gas.
Oh.
Who cares about gas? Oil's down.
Okay, good.
It's like $60 a barrel. It's fine.
$60 for a whole barrel?
Yeah.
Grab
And you
your-
can just buy them.
Yeah, grab yourself a barrel of gas, head down to the beach, you'll be all right. You'll be fine. It won't be any problem whatsoever. Speaking of video games, I wasn't necessarily planning on it, but I went to that. Are you all right, bud?
What
You okay?
That was my fault.
You got excited.
I did.
You were just.
Well, you're like, oh, new topic.
Right. You're like, yay! It's new topic time. I went to see the Minecraft movie.
By yourself?
Yep. Just me hanging out because I love Minecraft so much. Just going like, I got to see. No, I went with the children.
Nice.
I don't know anything about Minecraft. I mean, I've seen my kids play Minecraft, but I don't know anything about it. I saw like there were haters out there going, yeah, this movie's going to suck. But I was like, well, you know what?
We got really bad reviews.
Exactly, because a lot of haters do reviews. You know who does reviews?
Haters.
Nerds.
Yeah.
Nerds who would camp out in a car with Travis outside an art show.
What?
Tell me where I'm lying.
I think he does more than that now.
Does he do reviews?
He does. Yeah.
Okay, so stop me when I'm lying.
You're not telling lies. Tell you when you're telling lies?
That's right.
Okay.
So I went to this Minecraft movie. I just bring the kids. You know, they were all very excited because they love, building things on Minecraft. And I've got to tell you, this movie is great. This movie's great. You see, I mean, I don't know.
The movie's great or the experience of seeing it?
I don't know. I can't tell the difference. I have no idea. Like, I giggled. I mean, Jennifer Coolidge is in it.
Oh.
So I'm going to get excited about that. Jennifer Coolidge is hilarious in it. But, I mean, listen.
How's Jason Momoa?
I mean, unbelievable, this Jason Momoa.
Really? Oscar worthy?
I would put him in Oscar candidacy, yeah. He was great. He plays like a guy who was cool in the 80s, but's now kind of washed up, but he doesn't want to admit it. He offers, in the beginning of the movie, he offers a mentorship program to join for $50. And I was like, that's a pretty good cultural reference. People do mentorship programs like that. But, yeah, no. I don't know, because all the references were lost on me entirely.
My daughter really wanted to see it because I think, like, when she used to play,
right,
she heard that there's, like, so many streamer cameos and stuff like that. Like,
I mean, I went, right, and, like, first, I picked up the kids from school on Friday, and I was like, yeah, let's do Minecraft. Let's do a Friday Minecraft movie.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Let's make this a fun day. It was very divorced dad energy. I'm not a divorced dad, but it was very, like, I told that to my wife when I got home. Like, I picked him up from school. Then we, like, went to the pet store to see if we could buy a newt, which you can't buy a newt.
Can't buy.
No, I don't know.
Did you
why.
really go to see if you could buy a newt?
100% went to see if we could buy a newt.
Why?
Because my son wants a newt.
Wants or needs? We're in a tariff economy now.
Well, this was Friday. I hadn't heard about the tariffs yet.
Okay.
I didn't hear about the tariffs till like midday Saturday.
Get him like a lizard. Get him with those big ass lizards.
Well, that's why he was looking around. He was like, "Oh, can I get this?" And I'm smart. Okay, a lot of these people get tricked because they got all these tiny little lizards in Petco. I went to the Petco, and they got all these tiny little lizards. But on the tag next to the cage, it tells you how big they get.
Oh.
See, and if you don't read the tag, it looks like this is going to be easy peasy. You get a little case, get this little lizard, Bob's your uncle. But when it starts saying like they grow like 9 to 16 inches, I go, these lizards aren't the only thing. Okay.
A woman at Petco doesn't need to know.
But that's what I told her, and she was like, "Look, I'm just trying
do you need fish?
I'm just trying to pay for college. I don't know why you have to harass me." No, but it says like it'll get 16 inches long. It'll get I go, okay, no.
Troy, can't you see Sam with an iguana?
Yeah, get an iguana. They're cute.
Do you think it'd be cool if I like walked into work and had the iguana on the shoulder and everything?
I love that.
Yeah.
Put it on a leash?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't walk on the train with the iguana on the leash.
You are an iguana guy.
You are. I agree with that.
That'd be sick.
I could see him just chilling on your shoulder.
That would be cool. I'll consider it.
Yeah, you're an iguana guy.
But I wasn't prepared. I was only prepared for newt life when I walked into the Petco. Because newt, you just need a little thing.
Yeah.
Newts are not a big deal.
A tiny little, not cage, but
yeah, a little plastic thing.
Yeah.
Right. But I think you can't buy a newt in New York. Maybe that's what we found out. Like they're like a local animal now, so you can't buy them. Like there's new laws where you can't get newts.
No, you're not allowed to keep any native New York State animals as pets.
Right.
Huh.
Which is why my wife can't hold me down. You know what I'm saying? The native New York animal, known as Sam Roberts.
You can't buy or sell newts in New York.
Right. So they didn't have them at Petco.
You go to Jersey?
Well, we couldn't go to Jersey because I was like, it was Petco, movie theater.
Okay.
And then pizza on the way home.
I was gonna say McDonald's, like divorced dad, like
Bro, we were eating pizza in the car on the way home.
That's very divorced dad.
It was so, and I was like sending pictures to my wife. Going,
Tell
like,
your mother.
Yeah, yeah. She was like, "What are you guys doing? Like, you've been gone since 4:00 in the afternoon." I go, "No. It's fun time." And yeah, when we all got home at like 8:00, I told her, I was like, I feel like I should be dropping the kids off with you, and then you have to put them to bed, and they all complain, "You're not as fun as Dad is." But so part of the outing was we went to the Minecraft movie, and you want to hear real divorced dad energy? Mm-hmm. Not only did we go to the Minecraft movie, we got the popcorn containers.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like the expensive Minecraft popcorn containers. I got the one of the zombie riding the chicken.
Where'd you go? AMC or Regal?
It's not. It was like called something else, but it had to be affiliated with AMC because they had the
Go to
popcorn.
Cinemark?
Something like that. I don't know. But I was shocked when I decided to go that look at the popcorn holder that's shaped like the zombie riding a chicken.
Okay.
Because that's the one that I got. And the kids were like, "This is the greatest."
Like, this is the best day I've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah. Minecraft, zombie. Yeah. Look at the first picture.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And see, the chicken is a drink.
You get your soda right in there?
You can. And then the zombie is the popcorn holder.
See, that's great because, like, you could just hold it, eat some popcorn with your mouth,
Yeah.
and then just move your mouth down and have some soda.
It's like the ballpark when they put the chicken tenders on top of the cup.
That's right.
Yeah. It's the best invention ever. I was shocked when I started going to like the movie ticket, like the Fandango to pick out my seats. Mm-hmm. And like these theaters were getting packed quick.
I was looking because, like I said, my daughter wanted to go, and I'm looking at the Alamo screenings, and it's just sold out.
Yeah, like packed quick to the point where like for afternoon showings, I couldn't find. I was looking for a theater that had 3 seats so I could bring both kids. Like
nuts. And
then I was like, okay, well, only one of you are going.
The other one can sit in the car. I got pizza.
Yeah. You eat the pizza in the car. No, so I went to the IMAX screening.
Nice.
Because the tickets are a little more expensive. People don't want to pony up the dough, and we got our seats there. But like, I couldn't believe the joy that this film was bringing to the people in that theater, my children included.
Really?
Like that movie is packed with references that I don't understand. Like just everybody repeating the lines, and they're just waiting for every line. I think it's twofold. I think one of it is all these kids love Minecraft so much. I think the other one is that I hadn't realized how memed the trailer had gotten.
Oh, okay.
Like the trailer has become such a meme thing that like some of the lines that are in the trailer that like the corny grown-up movie reviewers were like, this looks so bad.
Yeah, they really shouldn't be reviewing this movie.
It's not for them.
Right.
Like, the kids all love these lines. And so they're just like waiting for Jack Black to yell out something about the chicken zombie. And when they do, they go nuts. And like my kids were going nuts for it. The kids were going, woo! And I mean, I literally went to a 3 a.m. opening night, what's it called?
Endgame?
Avengers Endgame screening. Mm-hmm. This one was way more active and rowdy.
And it was appropriate.
It was great. It was great.
It wasn't like, oh my God, shut up, I'm trying to watch the movie.
No, what, am I going to miss something? No.
What did he say?
No, yeah, exactly. I didn't get that. Why is he doing that? Oh, he chops a tree, and then he's got a block of wood that he can throw over here to make a house. Like,
I'm so lost.
What's to lose? What's to miss? There's nothing to miss.
It's not like you're watching The Brutalist.
No, yeah, there's nothing to miss. My kids had no problem following the entire story. There? Yeah, exactly. It was built for this. It was an hour, 40 minutes of easy to follow. Guess what? The bad guys, they live in a dark place where there's fire. The good guys, they live in a place where there's a bright blue sky. It was very easy to follow.
You understood.
Understood completely. And these kids could have the time of their lives.
That's great.
It was, I mean, and then I was like...
And you were getting into it.
I was like...
Because you feed off the energy.
I feed off the energy. I left the theater saying, this is the best video game adaptation since Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo played Mario and Luigi.
Can't be topped.
Yeah, that's Dennis Hopper's King Koopa. That's not going to be topped.
Cultural appropriation, too. John Leguizamo is not Italian.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That fucking Papa John's Papadilla.
I shouldn't have brought that up.
Then lecture us.
No, I shouldn't have brought
about
it
the
up.
Latinx community.
No, I don't even think anybody's ever pronounced it Latinx. But I shouldn't have brought it up. I know you're still sensitive about the
Sore
cultural
spot.
appropriation. I shouldn't have brought it up.
He's keeping you honest.
He is, and you're right to bring it up. And I apologize, and I acknowledge what you guys have gone through.
Thank you. I just want this studio to be a safe space for Italian Americans.
100%, and I know that those are getting fewer and fewer.
Yeah, especially with blue collar ones.
I forgot about
Plumbers.
Yeah, that's right. Like Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
Right. No, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I mean, I saw the Mario movie with the kids too, and I asked the kids, "Is this the best movie you ever seen?" And my daughter was like, "Yeah, this is the best." She's 5. She's like, "Dad, this is the best movie I've ever seen." And I was like, "That's awesome. I love this movie then." And it was great.
That's great.
It was great. I was chuckling.
You get out
Oh, my
of the
God.
theater and you're like, I want to go again.
Yeah. Now I don't know if I watch this on a plane. I don't know, but there's I mean, this one line where Jennifer Coolidge is at dinner with this person, a character in the movie that doesn't speak, so it just mumbles. He's a villager, and the waiter comes over, and he goes, "Are you finished?" And she goes, "I think he's Swedish." And I'm like, that's just a funny joke. It's a funny line, especially coming from Jennifer Coolidge.
Stifler's mom.
How could she misinterpret that?
She can kill any line reading.
She kills it. She's the best.
But you're not going to be like Danielle and go see it 7 times.
If the kids want to.
You're like, listen, kids, if you want to go, we can go.
Now, to be
You
fair,
start putting it in their heads.
yeah, we can go back. If I was there alone at my age with my status in life, I wouldn't feel appropriate. I'd feel like, this is weird that this guy's here alone. Because it is. I mean, it's
Were there any of those people?
not that I saw.
Because I'm sure there's single video game dudes going to see it.
That's not what the game is like at all.
That's not how you're not supposed to build like that.
Be quiet. I'm trying to watch the movie. Yeah, no, the only distraction in the theater was there was one dude behind me who had his kids with him, but he was doing the rolling campo snoring throughout the entire film.
How does anybody fall asleep in a movie theater?
I don't know, especially a movie theater where there's kids screaming at the top of their lungs. I mean, every 10 minutes, these kids were screaming about something. And it's all boys between the age of 12 and 15. Mm-hmm. So it's just the most rowdy, uncontrollable group that have no semblance of anything.
That's great.
It's great. It was fun.
I mean, keep in mind, Roland did fall asleep for Paul McCartney's sound check. So
Was that a public soundtrack?
it was a private event for people, and he was snoring during Maybe I'm Amazed.
Oh, Jesus. That feels like a lifetime moment for a lot of people.
For anybody.
For anybody. I was blown away. I was like, there he is.
It's like a core memory.
Yes, of course. I remember it clear as day, and him just...
What the hell is he doing?
What the fuck you doing?
He's doing Maybe I'm Amazed. He's 10 feet away.
He's the greatest songwriter in history.
Jason in New Jersey. What's up, Jason?
Hey, morning, boys. How you doing?
Good.
So I've got a son who's a big game modder. He's around 12. I took him and his friend to see the Minecraft movie last night, and I really thought they were just trying to parlay some goodwill, like Jack Black was Bowser in the Mario movie, like you said. Mm-hmm. And I thought the fans were going to reject it like they did with the initial Sonic, but it was awesome. And when I say the collective experience, the callbacks reminded me of when we were younger, when you go to Hooters, which is tastefully tacky, to watch the Survivor Series, and everybody be yelling out the catchphrases, or when I was younger, we'd go to Rocky Horror and everybody be screaming the callbacks. The kids are Flint and Steel and Chicken Jockey, and the place was going crazy.
Yeah.
And the people that would be upset with that are middle-aged Karens that shouldn't be there because
That's right.
You're not the demo. So I thought it was awesome.
It was awesome.
And,
You're 100% right. When that's what he says. When Jack Black goes, "Chicken Jockey," and by the way, every single line that Jack Black reads in this is that.
Jack Black.
Yeah. Every line that he does is in the most Jack Black way possible, but it's also that's the whole movie. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
And my son actually, because of Minecraft, they have an axolotl in there. So same thing. We were shopping around for an axolotl, and we went to like the White Plains Reptile Expo, and they told us like you can buy this here, but if you try to bring it back to Jersey and somebody catches you, like it'll be seized and destroyed. So don't get your kid an axolotl, man.
Okay, won't do that. Thank you. That's why all these kids love the axolotls. I never even knew that was a thing.
What the hell's an axolotl?
I don't know, but my kids run around talking about them all the time. I guess they're in Minecraft. I have no idea. I thought it was a made up thing. I
It's
guess
like a fish.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, I don't know. It's on. These kids look them up on the internet and they talk about them nonstop. Yeah, I remember when the Minecraft trailer came out, and they're like Jack Black is playing the Steve, the main character. People were like the internet on Twitter. People were like, "Oh, this sucks. What do you mean Jack Black's playing Steve, bro?" I was sitting in that theater on Friday when that dude says, "I am Steve." The place went absolutely bananas. I mean, they tore the roof off that movie theater. It was awesome. Like to the point
You're
where
still on a high.
I mean, I was cheering. I was like, "Yeah, you are Steve." Who's Steve? Which one is Steve? What does Steve do? Dr. X in Mexico City?
A couple things before I get to the axolotl, Sam. Did you see the very, very end, Marvel style, after the credits?
I had the kids stay. Yeah, I was like, no, you got to stay for the post credits.
Yeah, my kids were walking out, and I stayed just in case, and I'm whistling our secret family whistle. Get the fuck back in here. I'm not a big fan, but at the end of that movie, I was, like you said last week, movies are fucking back, dude.
Oh,
when
yeah.
that shit came out at the final, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but god damn it, dude, I got chills.
It was sick.
I called my older kids. You gotta go. You gotta see this shit.
It was sick, dude.
As far as the axolotl goes, I don't know where the hell this goddamn Mexican river newt became huge. Mm-hmm. But there's squishmallows. I know you know what squishmallows are.
Yeah.
They're everywhere you fucking turn. There's axolotls. So here I am shelling out $1,500 black market. Some guy in the fucking street in Mexico City buying a goddamn axolotl and getting back into the country.
Be careful. That's how they started that movie Child's Play. You don't want to fuck around with those off the street vendors.
Oh shit! I'm out, boys.
See you later. Justin in Florida. What's up, Justin?
Hey, Sam. I just wanted to know, did you see all these crazy videos of just like kids getting kicked out and like people trying to make speeches like it's the most important movie of all time?
Oh.
I mean, it's kind of funny.
It's hilarious. It's the best. I mean, what I can't believe is because there are all these videos now. And by the way, like when you look at some of these videos, the movie theaters are just full of kids straight up filming the screen with their phones. And when I was in the movie theater that I was in, 100%, the kids were there with their phones up, just filming the screen. And it was, and I was like, yeah, make all the videos you want. This is great.
I mean, this is like the Rocky Horror Picture Show for kids right now, dude. Like
100%. And people don't get it. Thank you, Justin. Like I was watching videos of like movie YouTubers or whatever that are like, these kids just take it too far. You can't disrupt somebody else's viewing. And it's like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, shut up. Excuse me for having fun. I saw it. You see these kids get escorted out by the police because they were having too good of a time? Mm-hmm. Watch this video. These kids, you didn't know any of this was going on, huh, Travis? Oh. It's amazing. Oh. It was amazing. And I did not even, like sometimes I'll do things because I hear something's happening and I just want to observe it. I like being a cultural observer. I had no clue. I thought I was taking them I took them to see Sonic. I took him to see Despicable Me. I took him to see Mario. Like, I thought it was just another one of those. Okay, there's notices being posted at the theaters. And by the way, the caption says, "Pray for cinema employees." It says, "Customer attention. We are aware of the TikTok trend that's happening now that is causing disturbances in the screen." What? If you're caught making noise, throwing popcorn, swearing, or being antisocial, you will be asked to leave without a refund. We are taking a zero-tolerance stance on this. Management. Well, I'll tell you this right now. If there's two things that kids have respect for, it's money and notices being posted by the boss. So
Kids
there's
are generally really respectful.
there's no way that a kid is going to get money from their parents, go to a movie theater, get kicked out on purpose because they saw this note, and then bother their parents until they can get more money so they can repeat the cycle. That, my friend, is not going to happen. For what? Clicks on social media? That's not what kids are interested in. I mean, literally, that note might be the single worst strategy I've ever seen anyone take.
Hey, please don't do this.
Right. That is the let's make tariffs on everybody of the movie theater industry.
You want to see this?
Yeah, this is
So I guess this is during the chicken jockey scene?
chicken jockey scene, which was huge. And by the way, like when this scene came on, I grabbed both my kids. I said, "That's where our popcorn thing is."
They're like, yeah, I know, Dad.
Yeah, I know. They
Chill
knew.
out.
But they were excited too. Yeah, everybody was very excited.
And kids are like, Dad, you need to calm down.
I was like leaning over, going, "How great is this?" They were like, "It's so great. it's so good."
This is the greatest movie you've ever seen.
I did. I asked. I was like, "Where does that rank?" And my daughter was like, "It's the best movie I've ever seen." And I go, "Buddy," I looked at my son. I was like, "Best movie you've ever seen?" And he went, "Yeah, yes, yes, it was."
All right, let's see.
Chicken
I mean, come on.
Okay, Snitch.
First of all, hit pause.
They had to stop
look
the
at,
movie?
Look at every head
Yeah.
in the seats. It's just a bunch of like
Teenage boys.
teenage boys that are having a great time. They finally figured out how to get teenage boys to go back to the movie theater. Make the dumb Minecraft movie. They're having a great time. Everybody's having fun. And now the cops have to come in and remove the popcorn throwers. I'm pro popcorn thrower.
Bunch of spoil sports.
Doesn't it seem, tell me, Troy,
Yeah.
Minecraft, not one thing.
Yeah. No.
You don't even go to the movies, do you?
No.
Does that look like a good
A lot
time?
of fun. And I'm happy for these kids.
All right, do you think it was a good thing that I brought my kids
Yeah, of
to this?
course.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you saw that. You
Yeah.
were a part of this.
It was. It was. You know what it was?
Huh.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Was there
People-
any movies growing up that was like this for you?
No.
Not the I mean, bro, like I'm telling you, start to finish,
It was never like this.
every 10 minutes people were shouting shit and applauding. Like stuff that I was like, I don't understand what they're applauding, but I like this. I like the energy.
And you're okay with popcorn throwing.
100% fine.
What
with
about
it.
a soda?
So yeah, soda's a little rough.
I don't want my kids to get wet.
Or you. You don't want to get like your sneakers.
No, I have expensive apparel. I don't want.
What about a warm bottle?
No, because I'll probably be pissed. I don't want no liquids, solids being thrown.
Popcorn or candy's fine.
I think candy's fine.
Candy's so expensive. I would never throw that.
It's
No,
their parents' money. They don't give a shit.
That's a good
that's right.
point.
That's right. And they're just, you know what? They're very annoying. So they'll ask for more, and their parents will just give it to them.
Yeah, they can get more Whoppers.
We come from Maine's. We should live comfortably.
Piper can get more.
Yeah, it's no big deal. By the way, like also, this is probably, I would imagine, maybe like a 9 o'clock screening.
Right.
Right? Like I'm going to take my kids to a 5 o'clock screening.
Right.
There's probably less, there's going to be as much uproarious nature, but probably less shit being thrown. Like this feels a lot more like, this is, Friday at 9 o'clock, my
Looks
kids
like a
are in
good
bed.
time.
Yeah. And shit's gonna get rowdy then.
Yes. Yes. Now,
This is like a Rocky Horror screening.
that's right.
Did you get into that as a kid?
Rocky Horror?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I did.
He dressed up for
The
it.
costume.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah, I dressed like him, but I didn't. I'd never seen the movie before.
Dr. Frankenfurter.
Yeah.
I know you did.
No, I've never been to like one of those screenings.
I remember that being a thing, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
never went. Because
Yeah.
they would do it at midnight.
The New York City midnight screenings, they do it like every Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
Now it's like a huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the closest thing I've done, I went to one of those the screenings of the movie The Room that are like advertised as throw shit at the screen, like throw forks, throw everything. But I mean, the idea that this was just a straight up release, not like I
This is opening weekend.
I didn't know this. This is opening weekend. How did you know all the lines from the movie? I went Friday opening weekend. They knew everything.
When I was growing up, I saw Private Parts in theater a couple times.
Oh yeah,
and that was kind of wild. People were like screaming Baba Booey during the thing.
I remember going with my dad.
That's so
and
funny.
Nobody did any of that.
Yeah,
Baba Booey.
Yeah, we were screaming. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a little wild.
That was a moment, though.
Was.
And also, was it rural Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that makes a lot of
That
sense.
checks
And we loved Stern out there during the 90s.
Well, yeah,
He was huge.
well, and then I mean, you guys loved uproariousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was uproarious.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever throw shit at the movies just for fun, like not because it was part of the experience?
Like you mean be the one dick in the theater?
Yeah, like when you were like in middle school.
No.
I don't.
Oh, so much. We fucking sniping people with like hard candy.
No, Mike, you're thinking of being a bully.
That was just a good time.
Right.
I pointed like a laser pointer at the screen before.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, pointing a laser pointer, I guess, especially back in the day, because people all thought you could burn your eyes out with a laser pointer.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I've never thrown food just to be a bully.
Or just throw like.
I mean,
You guys
not
ever,
as an adult.
You guys
but,
ever,
like,
you ever, when you're in high school, you go to a movie and start throwing candy at people who look weaker than you physically?
No, I mean, you would throw it at grown-ups. Like, there's a power dynamic there.
Right. You only punch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. That's good. That's
Sort
good.
of a freedom fighter.
That's right. That's the way to be.
Like a Rosa Parks.
Of bullies.
Of movies.
A movie.
Movie
Sorry, I
theaters,
said the wrong thing. Yeah, watch these kids get taken out by the fuzz. Yeah, they did. They stopped the movie because the fuzz came in.
Chicken
Going nuts.
They're going crazy. Not one person's got their phone down.
Why is he getting kicked out?
For having too good a time.
I mean, everybody seems to be okay with it.
I mean, they're like applauding that they're getting kicked out.
Yeah.
But I think they're more applauding them like heroes. Like,
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. You died for us.
Yeah. You took one for the team.
Yeah.
The ultimate sacrifice?
Yeah, you made the ultimate sacrifice for us. They're like the Pop-Tarts in the Pop-Tart bowl. Yeah, I kind of feel like also like I don't think that this generation can decipher the difference between irony and actual feelings.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't think they're 100% sure if they're actually applauding the fact that they're leaving or ironically applauding the fact that they're leaving. Like I don't think that they know 100% for sure. Like we've gotten to a point where like people like kids will say things sarcastically that they mean. And you're like, are you being sarcastic? And they don't know for sure anymore.
I don't know what's sarcastic.
I don't know. Yeah, right. Are you saying yeah, I'm right, or are you saying no? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was I mean, it is the best movie of the year so far. I haven't seen that Paul Thomas Anderson movie yet, but it was great. And the idea, and you go back, right? And it's another one of these that very quickly the Rotten Tomatoes and the audience score is not matching up, like the critics and the audience score.
But I mean, of course.
But also now it's impossible to gauge because people are just saying it's so good because it's a funny thing to say.
It's almost like the reverse of review bombing.
Right. They're review bombing.
They're
pro.
love bombing it.
But yeah, they're love bombing. They're gaslighting all of us. What are you talking about? It was great. But the experience is a wonderful experience, and globally, this thing on a $150 million budget made $300 million this weekend.
That's crazy.
It made $300 million, which means we're getting more Minecraft movies. And what's going to industry analysts initially projected Warner Brothers Pictures a Minecraft movie would gross $60 million. There were people that were like, and that also shows you kind of how out of touch people are, like the true generational divide that exists. Like Hollywood is so desperately trying to get people to go back to the movie theater. And this Minecraft movie comes out and people go, nobody's seeing that. 60 million in theaters, maybe. And everybody goes to see it. And not only does everybody go to see it, but the exact group of people that Hollywood has been trying to get to go back to movies is the group of people that goes to see it. Now, They're being ruckus. They're making a scene, but they're paying for tickets to go see it. $300 million worth. I think that I saw one tweet, and somebody hit the nail on the head. Like, the reception that the Minecraft movie got was exactly what Hollywood wanted the re-release of Morbius to get. Oh. They thought when they re-released Morbius, everybody would go see it ironically, and everybody's like, I'm not seeing the movie.
No, we don't want to see this.
Like, the joke is like that we make things up about it, but we're not going to see it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Right. No,
they thought they were going to get a big windfall.
It bombed twice. It bombed 2 times. But I'm looking forward to 2 things. Number 1, I can't wait for Minecraft 2. Like, I mean, I'll be there opening night because it's going to be amazing. Unless they lean in too heavy. Like, they kind of are now aware.
Oh, you know that's what's going to happen. That's my main issue, and always has been with the second Austin Powers movie, is that they organically...
The Spy Who Shagged Me?
Yes. They organically made Dr. Evil a character in the first one.
Right.
And it was great. But they figured out that worked, and it was so much Dr. Evil in the second one that it was like, you're overdoing it. Like,
yeah, I mean, look, I still fuck with The Spy Who Shagged Me.
It's a funny movie.
But by the time we get to Goldmember, I'm so far out. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm in a different time zone. I'm so far out.
You don't fuck with Fat Bastard?
Now I'm going to eat you.
All right.
I like Fat Bastard. That's 2. That's
is that
Spy Who
2?
Shagged Me.
I don't. They all blend together for me.
Get in my belly. No,
What's
Fat
3,
Bastard
Beyonce?
rules. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Foxy Cleopatra.
Right.
No,
Who's the villain in 3?
Goldmember.
Oh, right.
Right.
I like gold.
Yeah, no. 3's not for me. But no, Austin Powers 2, I'm still... You're not wrong about the...
Oh, yeah, it's still a funny movie, but it's like you figured out what worked, and
let's go heavy on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate when people do that.
So I'm sure that they will do that, but I'm far more looking forward to the people who try to mimic the success of Minecraft, because they'll fail. Like, they'll try to do something that's so bad it's good, or they'll try to do something that's memeable, or that taps into that culture, and they'll fail miserably. Like, you have to go in earnestly, I think. It's very difficult to go in with the intention of creating this thing.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go in earnestly trying to create a real movie, and then it naturally kind of happens.
And it's interesting how successful they seem to be every time I think it's going to be stupid. Like, when they announced they were making the Lego movie, I'm like, that's dumb. You're going to make a movie about Legos? But then it actually has, like, a serious...
Well,
like,
Lego movie, it's because it's like low-key a phenomenal movie.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And then they say, okay, we're going to make a Barbie movie. And everybody's like, Barbie movie? What are you going to do? Like, and then that ends up being a really good movie.
I never even saw the Barbie movie.
You should. It's really good.
I know the song.
From
I'm just 10.
And then they announce a Minecraft movie. And everybody's like, what the fuck are you going to do?
I think
Minecraft
you should
movie?
probably see the Minecraft movie. Because the Lego movie, the little loophole they found was, what if we just make a great movie? The Barbie movie, the little loophole they found was, what if we just make a great movie? I don't know if Minecraft is 100%, but they figured it out.
But the kids that
to your point,
the kids that are it's being marketed to love it.
I love it too.
Right.
It's a great movie.
So it worked.
It 100%
It easily
worked.
could have sucked.
And I will tell you, if you go in like realizing like this is just fun, you would have a good time too.
Now I wonder
you
if
would
it
find
plays,
stuff funny.
If it plays the same way in 2 weeks with a half-empty theater.
Who cares? We made our 300.
No, but I mean, like, your experience isn't going to be the same.
No.
So, like, are only the people that, like, really seriously love this movie the ones that went through the experience?
I think that that's possible.
Or or the word of mouth is just so incredible that this happens again next week and the week after.
I think we got a couple weeks in.
Yeah.
But I do think that, like, it becomes not cool quickly. You know what I mean? Like, the people who it belongs to
gets overdone,
are experiencing it now.
Right.
And then the people who it doesn't belong to are like, oh, I want to be a part of it. And it's like, nah, like, this was our thing.
You're a Minecraft poser.
Right, exactly. Like
I
yeah.
liked it before it was big.
Because a lot of these, like, 13, 14-year-olds that are losing their mind have literally been playing this game all their life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
your daughter. Like, she's been playing it for however long. It's like, this is their whole childhood. They're even getting a kick of nostalgia
Isn't that wild?
At an age where you wouldn't think they should have nostalgia yet.
Yeah.
Because at that age, if you've been doing something for 5 years, you've been doing it all your life. Which is a crazy thing to think about.
But it's true.
But yeah, like every memory you have is attached to this. And I also think 10 years from now, is this movie going to have a resurgence?
Yeah.
10 years from now, when that generation is like starting to be adults, they're out of college, they're whatever, and this starts to become like, you can go to a movie theater, midnight showing, stuff like that. Like they're going to remember when they were kids and saw this, and they're going to have the time of their life.
Throw candy at weaker people.
They were celebrating. It wasn't like, let's pick a target and bully them.
We don't know.
It was a different deal.
It's a dark movie theater. You're just throwing it a silhouette.
Right.
Bullying is targeted to a specific individual. These were just widespread shenanigans.
Right.
Have you seen the Stephen King miniseries It? Because I kind of feel like you would find the fat kid and try to carve into his stomach.
Did he have it coming?
Some thought he did.
Well, in that case.
He was fat.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
And the promotion for this thing has been crazy. Like, they're everywhere. And part of it, too, is my kids knew everything. Like, my 5-year-old was going, this is a funny scene. This is a funny scene.
How do they know?
Because they were pumping it into trailers on YouTube Kids.
Oh.
So that's part of how they got all the references.
It got sucked into their phones.
Yeah, it got sucked into their phones somehow. It ended up in all their group texts. And then they're doing the thing at McDonald's where they have Happy Meals, but then they also have adult Happy Meals.
Oh, I didn't know there was adult Happy Meals.
Yeah, and there are specific adult toys in the adult Happy
For
Meals.
Minecraft?
Yeah.
Minecraft adult Happy Meal. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. I got the Hamburglar.
Oh, you did?
Who's counting? Jared in Ohio? I got some nether sauce. Oh, hang on, Jared. Travis has a question.
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you said wait. Jared in Ohio. What's up, Jared?
Hey, what's going on? How are we?
Good. How are you doing?
Hey, I just wanted to let you know, so different movie theaters had different popcorn and drink holders, right? So I took my kids, and we went to not Cinemark, but the other one, and they got a creeper cup and a sheep popcorn holder. But anyway,
sick.
The one you got, look that shit up on eBay, selling for $220.
Oh shit! I should have left it in a plastic bag.
Yeah, should have bought 6 of them.
Yeah, look at that. They're $100.
Jesus.
Look at that. Wow. I got myself quite the collect. $220. There it is. You're right, and it's sold. It's sold at $220. That's exactly the one that I have.
Yeah, because all these are UK and Australia, so don't look at those.
No, sold at $220 American.
60, 190, 180.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
It's fucking nuts, dude. It's crazy. Thank you,
Love
my
it.
friend.
Hey, first time, long time. Love you guys. Have
Awesome.
a good
Oh,
day.
my God.
Yeah, that's the other thing. There's a whole community of parents who brought their kids to this movie that were all like, what the fuck is going on? Like, huh?
Man, they really figured something out with these popcorn buckets.
I mean, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Because I had no plans on doing it, but it was a 5 p.m. screening, so they all get sold out, but they still had some left. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I got to do it. So I got that. I got the Art the Clown as Santa popcorn holder.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing is that, like, sometimes they don't have them ready, and they'll put them on pre-order.
Yes.
So, like, it'll go on pre-order when the movie comes out, and then it will be 8 months later.
What the fuck? I don't care about this anymore.
And you have no recollection of ordering it. Like,
Well, no, because this is all like, impulse buys.
yeah, I got like Terrifier 3 came out at Halloween.
Yeah.
And I was like, of course I need an Art the Clown popcorn holder. And so I bought it on the website, and I was like, okay, it'll come to me when it comes. I'll put it out of my mind. It's Art the Clown as Santa. Both Halloween and Christmas passed. The movie was out on home video. And then one day I just get this package with Art the Clown as Santa Claus as a popcorn holder. I was like, okay.
I don't remember this.
Right. And
Damien sent me this?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I guess I paid like $50 for it or something.
People love these popcorn buckets.
And then I just put it somewhere.
Right, that's the other thing. Like, they're so cumbersome.
Yeah, they're
like,
a big thing.
And people collect them.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Look.
They got to find other ways to generate revenue. So
Chicken jockey. Woo! Just start fucking everything up. I am a little worried. Maybe if this continues, like people are going to start tearing seats up off the ground and everything, like just going way over the top. Way over the top.
At least they're not in their rooms, you know?
I
I'm
mean,
just glad to see these kids, like, out.
I was thrilled. I'm telling you, it's a win. Whenever you get your kids off a tablet screen,
Absolutely.
It's a mega win.
And I think the reason why it's doing so well, too, is because, like, this Minecraft community has already been a thing, but it's, like, when they're alone in their rooms. And for your point, like, the age that they're at, the last 5 years, bringing it back to quarantine, COVID, like, that was probably, they were playing Minecraft all the time. And so to be in this room where everyone else was also doing that same thing, it's just like, yeah, that makes sense why they're going crazy.
Yeah, we all love this.
Yeah.
And we can all talk about it now. I mean, even when they go, like, to each other's houses or whatever, they bring their iPads and they just play.
In the movie?
No. Like in real life.
Yeah.
When kids go to each other's houses, they just bring their iPads and play together.
Yeah, they just sit. My daughter will have friends over. They just sit in their room.
So you think you're
and
gonna
they're just on their phones.
You think you're gonna bring your daughter to?
She wants to go.
You got to bring her.
Yeah.
You got to. It's so fun.
You want
Danielle, you're not. Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah. You never want to hang out.
No, yeah, but I would love to. I'll go to Staten Island. I'll bring the kids too. We already saw this movie, Dad. I know.
Nah, it's great. It's great.
I'm gonna fuck something up so bad in that theater. Like I'm the guy who takes it way over the top. I thought this is what we were doing.
Dad, why are you unscrewing the seat?
I thought we were having fun.
There's your socket set.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Just wait till chicken jockey.
Yeah. Start taking my shirt off. Like, what are you doing?
Dad.
I thought we were having I thought this is what we were doing. I thought we're going streaking. We're going. They're behind me. We're going through the quad. Get in the car, Sam. Okay. Danielle, you're not a Minecraft person?
No, I never got into the games.
Does this look appealing to you, this rowdiness at this movie theater?
Like, yeah, I just love when things go down like this.
A happening?
A happening. I live for a happening even if I don't understand it, especially with food flying around. Because one of my things on my bucket list is to be in a food fight.
Wait.
But
okay. All right, hang on a sec. Because I knew that there was a list of grievances. I didn't know there was also, like, one of my... you have a bucket list.
Yeah.
And, like, the bucket list is so specific that one of the things on your bucket list is a food fight?
Yeah.
That feels attainable. Yeah.
Really?
Like an organic food fight?
Well,
Not
maybe
organic
for you
food,
guys,
but like...
because the time that you were in high school, maybe that happened. But for me and anyone my age, like, I don't think a food fight has been a thing in our lifetime. Like,
How not?
in my...
That's crazy.
Troy, you been in a food fight?
Of course, yeah.
Like,
How many?
so
Cafeteria. I don't know, a lot. I
You went to school, right?
Yeah, just like in elementary school. It's like food fight. You start chucking shit at people.
To me, that's something that's just like in a script. Like
No,
that's-
Right,
yeah.
it's just in a movie.
Yeah.
Wow, it's not based on a true story.
Right.
Wow.
This could never
Yeah.
possibly happen in real life.
Yeah.
And when people would yell food fight, would there be any... It would just be like, you know what?
It's
It's
like,
time.
this is what we do.
Yeah,
It's like the Minecraft movie. It was just like that. Just
Yeah.
it's time for crazy.
Right? Just some guy yells food fight, and every kid just goes, yes!
Yeah. It's like,
Start
that's your
throwing-
lunch. It's gone.
Right. So you want to... I mean, couldn't you start a food fight?
Yeah, just start one.
I mean, yeah, I
Go to
guess.
a food
but
court.
That would be funny.
A mall food court. You start a food fight.
That's a good
Nobody
dare.
reciprocates.
Yeah,
just like,
see, no one would.
where-
I just feel like, yeah, no
The
one's
fuck
down
is she
to do
doing?
it anymore.
Ma'am, you have to leave the mall, man.
Exactly.
You have to-
You should go into one of those corporate cafeterias that
Yes.
like
Oh, yeah,
the
go to, like,
office
Google.
buildings have.
I'll take you to Stanford. We can go to Snack Down, and you can start a food fight. There's a Snack Down.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so what else? So you have a food fight on your bucket list.
Yeah, the best movies had that.
Do you think that, would this suffice? Like, if there was some kid throwing popcorn, would you be like, yeah, that counts as a food fight, or you need a real food fight?
No, I want like a food fight.
Like what kind of food?
Anything.
Spaghetti?
Like cafeteria food. Yeah.
Is this Mean Girls based?
No, it's well,
Milk
I don't know if you
cartons?
guys know. It's this movie called Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off from 2003. This is just a random one, but they had the
Eddie's-
best food fight in that.
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off?
Eddie's
That's not a real movie.
Yeah, no, it's real.
That's not, doesn't exist.
Sounds like a reality.
Yeah, it's a
This is
baseball
not a-
movie.
Somebody photoshopped that
2003.
just now. Like, this is insane. That's not a movie.
Yeah.
Like a movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was one
good,
of
they got
those
Bobby
movies
Flay.
for me.
Oh, Bobby Flay's in it.
Oh, yeah,
that's
he
awesome.
is.
Okay, this is a Disney Channel original.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
He plays baseball, but he is fascinated by food in the kitchen and cooking, and he's embarrassed that he like watches Bobby Flay. But then he gets put into like a home whatever it used to be called, home economics class.
Women's studies.
Yeah, that where he needs to cook. And then the teacher sees his passion and then encourages him to do like the cook-off with Bobby Flay.
That's amazing.
It's really good.
His father wants him to be a baseball player.
Of course.
But he wants to cook.
Yeah, is there any like any way that the Food Channel was like, we're really trying to push this Bobby Flay cook-off thing? Can you just write a movie around it?
Could have been.
Yeah. Wow.
That's how I knew Bobby Flay.
Do we have a trailer for Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off?
Probably have the
You know, I feel like the food fight could be in that trailer.
Yeah, let's see.
I mean, most food fights do make the trailer because they are like a real spectacle.
Yeah.
A good food fight really becomes quite the spectacle.
It's the climax of the whole movie.
The food fight is?
I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm just
I mean, if the
To me,
movie's
it
about,
was.
you know. Okay, let's do the promo. Yeah, because it's a TV movie.
Hang on.
Wow.
All right.
You love the Disney Channel.
I do.
This era.
Yes.
Yeah.
This baseball season, Eddie is cooking. No, he's really cooking.
Oh.
Gold, cream, reduced extract.
Who's that, Bonnie Hunt?
It looks like her,
I
right?
think that's Bonnie Hunt.
She the home ec teacher?
Yeah.
Women's Studies.
No, it's home ec.
He's really cooking.
Can you saute? Gold, cream, reduced extract, whipped and flambe.
Baseball has got to be your priority.
Man.
Does Eddie have his cake and
They're
eat it
speeding
too?
through these
The
royalty-free
newest
beds,
Disney Channel
huh?
original movie starring Taylor Ball and That's So Raven's Orlando Brown.
Orlando Brown.
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
Cook-off, here we come.
Opening tomorrow at 8, 7 Central.
Opening. I love that Disney would say opening, even though it's just like turn the TV on.
TV.
Yeah.
Michael Eisner of them.
What happened to Eddie Balls after this, or Tommy Balls, or whatever that kid's name was? Where was it? Was he
That
from
dude?
it?
Oh, I've never seen him in anything else.
So he wasn't like a Disney Channel star?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing really.
And so there was a food fight in this, and you're like, I gotta experience that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, so when they did like at the climax of the film Heavyweights, when they all have their extravaganza where they're throwing junk food in the air all over the camp,
Love.
you must have been like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That looks like something I'd love to be a part of.
Yeah. The only downside is all the waste, the food waste.
And that's a sin.
But whatever. For a food fight, it's worth it.
That's true. Okay, we have the classroom food fight.
Oh my God. Wait, this is it.
Okay. Oh,
Because they were fighting.
Eddie?
They're beefing.
they're arguing. Yeah, they are beefing hard.
DB?
If you must.
Is his name DB?
Yeah.
We had an intern named that.
Take a deep breath. Class. Everybody?
Uh-oh.
We don't want to food fight!
He said it. He said it then. Fuck yes. Everyone
Yell
there is
food
like,
fight.
sounds great. Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, and
Oh,
that's
there are the
food
cartons.
fight.
They're the
Yep.
milk cartons.
Yep.
Yeah. This is
No,
your
yeah, that's real life.
this is your bucket list dream.
Yeah.
So if you were diagnosed with a fatal disease and the doctor was like, you have 6 months left. And you're like, well, I got to get, like if there was a movie called, Danielle's Bucket List or 6 months for Danielle or whatever it would be called. This would be one of the things that you'd have to do.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd wheel my little IV to the cafeteria and yell food fight.
Food fight, you'd throw the IV bag at somebody.
Make-A-Wish is like, you sure you don't want to meet John Cena? Like, I
No.
don't know how we're going to figure out a food fight.
No, food fight's always been on one of my bucket lists. Do you have like a cemented bucket list, or is this just something that you say?
I might. I mean, I know another one is pet a squirrel.
You'd like to pet. That's a bucket list item.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people's bucket list items are like, one day I'd love to see the pyramids.
I want to go to Japan.
Well, yeah, I'd love to go to Japan. I'd love to cross the Great Wall of China. I'd love to see at least 5 of the 7 wonders. Maybe I won't get all 7 in, but at least 5. I want to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa and put my hand next to it and take a fun photo.
I want to walk where Jesus walked.
I want to walk where Jesus walked.
She's like, you see that squirrel over there?
I want to pet that
I really
squirrel.
want to pet that.
Honestly, I'd like to pet any squirrel.
You see what I'm saying? It's not easy to do.
No,
Have
no,
any of
no.
You guys
It's-
pet a squirrel?
No, they're not domesticated animals.
Right.
I mean, they're all over the place in the suburbs.
Right.
I
but
see
if
them every
you-
day,
They'd
but
run away.
they do run away.
I want
She
to
knows.
be able to.
I know people. I know a woman that used to make them as pets.
Squirrels?
Squirrels.
In Pennsylvania?
No, she's
Oh,
actually
wow.
out in California.
Whoa.
She would find them they would they were babies and they I guess they would be abandoned and she would take it in and she would have them as pets but they would like rip her skin up.
Yeah, they're not meant to be domesticated. Like an abandoned squirrel is just a squirrel. Like they're not they're going to do fine, you know. They don't need that strong parental structure around them.
I'd rather pet a raccoon.
Mm.
A
You
bear,
love-
actually bear.
You love raccoons.
Yeah, they're
you've,
cute.
You've made that statement
Yeah,
before.
I'd rather pet a bear. I want to hug a bear.
Raccoons are assholes. They're
I wanna
mean.
hug a
little-
They are mean.
You want to hug a bear?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Seems so like cuddly.
You don't want to hug a bear, bro?
No, I mean I guess I
This guy doesn't
would.
want to hug a bear.
I would hug a bear.
How do you not want to hug a bear?
I
Everybody
just
wants to
didn't-
hug bears.
I hadn't thought of it, but I mean I'm not saying I wouldn't hug a bear.
You never seen like a bear video on Instagram? You're like, I want to hug that.
No.
Or when they're feeding the bear, it's like that's so cute. I'll go over and give him a kiss.
You just want
I
to go see the
didn't
Minecraft movie.
I never
again.
even thought of that. Yeah, no, I really want to see Minecraft. That's on my bucket list to see the Minecraft movie again.
7 times.
Yeah. I'm good for 1 so far. I got 6 more in me. Ed in Westchester.
Hey, Sam, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
I'm a lot older there than you guys, but the ultimate food fight, which caused a lot of problems, was the one there from National Lampoon's Animal House.
Animal House.
The
was-
next year,
Yeah.
high schools were having huge problems with that, and colleges.
These kids are very easily influenced. I mean, who knows? Thank you, Ed. Next thing we know, after this Minecraft movie, these kids are going to run around it like chicken jockeys. Yeah, the Animal House food fight is the prototypical food
blueprint?
fight. Yeah, that's. John in Massachusetts.
Hey, Sam, big fan. Wondering, you're familiar with South Park pretty good, huh?
Yes, I am. Huh?
Would wonder if Danielle's fetish with the food fighting, if it would be equivalent to Randy Marsh's obsession with the Food Network channel.
What was it that Mike? Do you remember that? What attracted Randy Marsh to the Food Network?
No, can you refresh? I remember. Also, did he refer to it as a food fight fetish?
Is this sexually based or just?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, and you're not trying to get your
The
rocks
Ran-
off.
the
You just
Randy
think
Marsh-
you'd enjoy it.
The Randy Marsh episode is sexually based. You know, his wife starts catching him calling into the Food Network channel after hours.
Okay. Well, that feels very Randy Marsh, to tell you the truth. Randy Marsh, thank you, John.
It's good to know that even after I stopped watching,
I mean, it's still great.
it's still great.
Anytime, like, and I did too. I stopped watching, but anytime I'll turn it on, I'm like, oh, this is still excellent. Yeah.
Oh, every Easter, the Hair Club for Men is mandatory viewing. It's one of their best episodes.
I mean, Randy Marsh is right up there with Kirk Van Houten for all-time animated fathers.
Oh yeah,
as far as characters go. Julie in Albany. What's up, Julie? Julie? No, Julie. Okay, so it's be in a food fight, pet a squirrel.
Yeah.
Anything else before you die, or is that?
Yeah, no. Another one for sure is see DJ Pauly D's set live.
I mean, he does them in like Stanford.
Yeah, no, he does them. So it's totally something.
You just buy a ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm very frugal.
I see.
It
Okay.
pains me to spend.
You see movies 7 times in theaters. You could buy a Pauly D ticket.
Yeah, for the price of 3 of those movie tickets, you could have seen Pauly D and fist bumped your little heart out.
That's true. I mean, I did go on Tuesdays though, so they were half off.
Smart.
For the movies.
Smart. So you got 6 for the price of 3.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really smart. So that's what it is. Like, it's on your bucket list. Before you die, one of the things you simply must do is see DJ Pauly D perform a DJ set. However, your frugal nature does not allow you to purchase a ticket.
It puts it in the same level of maybe petting a squirrel.
I
Like,
see.
It's like,
It's a near impossibility. It's so close. Yeah. It's within an arm's reach, but you can't make it across that line.
Yeah.
To me, this feels like the most easily attainable bucket list I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, it's very.
Yeah. Like you can knock all this out in a weekend.
Yeah, I think you could.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
I think you could. What is it about DJ Pauly D that you want to see so
Well, it was
much?
just like I watched Jersey Shore a lot in high school,
Yeah.
and I put that down on the list when I was like 14. So at the time, it was like And I didn't know if he would still be doing it. That was over a decade, or no, it wasn't. But it was around 10 years ago. So I was like unsure if that was going to be. Now he's still doing it, right?
Oh, very much so. Very much
Yeah.
so.
He's alive and well.
Very much. I
Yeah.
mean, I think he played like the Stanford Food Fest last summer.
I mean, he's in New Jersey.
Yeah.
You could probably get tickets day of.
Yeah, I would think so.
I think there's probably a good walk-up.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what he's like a specialty. He's like, no, I'm more of a walk-up performer.
One for Pauly D.
Yeah. I mean, literally, I think Stanford does like a food fest. You could probably just walk right up to it and see him performing.
And if it's a food fest.
Oh, you kill two birds with one stone.
Wait, what?
It's a food fest. Imagine starting a food fight at a Pauly D gig.
Pet a squirrel real quick. Go see Pauly D.
Whoa, you could get it all done.
Yeah. Knock it out in Stanford.
Stanford rules. Julie in Albany.
Hey, Samuel R. Roberts.
That's right.
Hey, Derek, not Derek, Denise. No, what's her name? Danielle. Danielle.
Yep.
Sorry,
got it.
Danielle.
Derek.
I wanted to talk about this guy named Derek. So there's this guy that she might check out on Instagram to get her squirrely, warm, fuzzy feelings. His name is Derek Downey Jr., and he's known as like the squirrel whisperer. And this guy made
Whisperer.
friends
The
with all the neighborhood
planetarium.
squirrels.
Uh-huh.
And he's become so popular, he wrote a children's book about how he got one of the squirrel's teeth fixed. The toothers were a little fucked up. And so they captured the squirrel Maxine. And then he has this little neighborhood all set up for them and all these little characters in there. And they do all sorts of ghetto type stuff in there. It's just so much fun. She should check it out. He's a really sweet. He's also fucking sexy as hell.
Whoa.
Nice looking young man.
Julie, you got to get a hold of yourself.
Julie shot out a cannon.
Yeah. Why is everybody like?
He's got it all going on.
I know, but I just feel like now, whether you're male or female, for some reason, Danielle is just saying this is something I'd really like to do before I die, and everybody's calling up all horny about it. We're hearing horny food fights, horny squirrel capturing, and it's we're not talking about horny stuff right now.
I'm sorry, man, but if you're going to have a bucket list, getting off should be on it.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Julie.
He's got followers.
Getting off.
Yeah.
Have a good day, my friends. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too, Julie. I love how horny people get when they listen to the show.
Everybody's so horny.
It's Danielle's got to check out this guy. I really want to fuck.
Yeah. I don't think Julie was watching for the squirrels. Yeah, I mean, this guy does hang with squirrels. People hang with squirrels.
Yeah, that's lit.
Yeah, I bet he can
How did he do that?
pet a squirrel.
The first time he walked up to a squirrel, how?
Just kind of say what's up, you know what I mean? Be cool. Look at him holding that squirrel.
That's a baby squirrel.
Maybe I could do that. I
Find a
find
baby
it,
squirrel?
yes, and then bring it into my home.
Take it from its parents.
So you're talking about grooming.
No. I
that's
really
how-
just want to pet it.
That's
and
how
I can move
kidnappers start. How do I get this person to be my servant? What if I kidnap them as a child? Take them from their
on. I
families.
could see how that sounded.
Yeah. He's just plucking them from trees, huh? This guy. What a king, huh?
Yeah.
What a king.
That's goals.
So it's pet a squirrel, be in a food fight, see DJ Pauly D perform a DJ set.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, those are my niche ones that I've known that I need to do. And then the others are more just I want to meet Zendaya. I want to meet Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
Maybe I've always wanted to be in something directed by Kenny Ortega, but that one seems whoa.
That would be tough.
A little out there.
What has Kenny Ortega done?
Oh my God.
What do we know
well,
Kenny
he's
Ortega?
done High School Musical, but he did Dirty Dancing.
Havana Nights?
Yeah.
Of course, the good Dirty Dancing.
Well, he did Hocus Pocus. But he's a choreographer.
Yeah,
High School Musical 3 is his best work in my
Oh, he did Newsies?
Yep.
Right.
He worked with Christian Bale.
Yeah,
You don't have much time. He's 74.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he even still doing it?
Yeah, he did.
Did he do the film adaptation for Xanadu? Did I just read that? Because if so, that is sick. You're going to have to go right up to the top.
Yeah.
Xanadu. Oh, he's the choreographer.
Yeah.
Okay, so he combines all the best elements of musical theater with film.
Mm-hmm.
And you love that.
Yeah, he directs and choreographs.
He directed Newsies. He directed Hocus Pocus.
He choreographed Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh yeah, when they're dancing in the
On the
parade.
float, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of it's just
Flash
moving
mob.
around, but
Produced and
Yeah.
directed and choreographed Michael Jackson's "This Is It."
I mean, I think Michael probably had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, but not everything. He has choreographers.
That's true, I suppose. I don't think he, but it says he choreographed the movie. He doesn't choreograph the tour.
Maybe he did.
He choreographed the Best of Both Worlds tour, which is Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus's tour.
See, in my world, the Best of Both Worlds tour was ill-fated between Jay-Z and R. Kelly.
Mm.
That was probably the best concert I ever went to. I went to the Best of Both Worlds tour.
It was actually called that?
They had 2 albums, Best of Both Worlds and Best of Both Worlds 2.
What year?
It was Jay-Z and R. Kelly. What year did Best of Both Worlds? You remember that?
no, you go deep, bro.
Oh yeah. Best of Both Worlds. R. Kelly and Jay-Z.
2002.
2002.
Oof, Hannah Montana stole that.
Oh yeah, she did, from Jay-Z and R. Kelly. So
You think Jay-Z acknowledges this album?
no. And I'll tell you why. I was there when the acknowledgement would end. So I went to this concert at Madison Square Garden. I think it was the first time I saw Jay-Z live. And I paid, like, out the nose at the time. Now I wouldn't have gotten in the building. Yeah. No, I paid, like, I was sitting in, like, the 5th row. And I paid, like, $400.
Isn't that insane?
Wow.
That's crazy.
And it was, like, and it was crazy at the time because it was like, am I really going to pay $400 for concert tickets? And I did, and I saved money, and I went. And it was like, but yeah, now I could get into the building for this for $400. So I paid for it and everything. And the way they had it set up was they were going on tour. Madison Square Garden was early-ish in the tour. And they had it set up where Jay-Z would come out and do a mini set. R. Kelly would come out and do a mini set. Like they go back and forth. Like they do 3 or 4 songs, then the other one would come out, then the other one would come out. So it wouldn't be the just kind of dual headliner things. And then they would also do a set together. Like they would open together and they would mix it up that way, right?
Okay.
So they start together and they open the show with Best of Both Worlds. And then Jay-Z comes out and does a set. And then R. Kelly comes out and does a set. And R.
What
Kelly,
do they do, like 4 or 5 songs?
Maybe 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
They're short sets. And like R. Kelly, like I saw him do Bump and Grind. He had the belt buckle on with the big tongue sticking out towards his crotch. It was the whole R. Kelly experience. 3 or 4 songs, great. Jay-Z comes out. He does another 3 or 4 songs. And then R. Kelly comes back on stage to do his second solo set. And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but I can't be here anymore. Somebody just put a gun on me backstage, and I can't be around this anymore. I can't do this anymore. And he left.
Oh yeah, look, there's.
It was a whole thing. I was at this show, and he left because he said somebody pulled a gun on him. And I was like, what the fuck? I dropped $400 on this? And then, like, we were just sitting there in Madison Square Garden going, what the hell is going on? And this was like a spot that was like a show that a lot of people had gone to. There were a lot of people backstage. It was like a whole thing.
I see. Jesus, look at this.
And so Jay-Z comes over the PA system and goes, ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry. We're putting together a show right now. Give us a minute. Back on.
Whoa.
And Jay-Z, after it was a while. It might have been 20, 25 minutes. But eventually Jay-Z comes back on and he just does the remainder of the show with a whole, and he just starts bringing out guests. Usher came out, Ja Rule came out with Foxy Brown, Mary J. Blige came out, yeah. And Jay-Z just does the whole rest of the concert by himself. And it was awesome. But then you found out after that, I don't know who pulled a gun on R. Kelly, but then he left the stage and apparently he got pepper sprayed on his way out. And so he split, and then Jay-Z just finished the tour by himself. Because he had his second night at Madison Square Garden that they hadn't done. So he had to do that by himself. And then I think he just finished the whole tour on his own. But it was the last time they performed together. It was the last time they promoted the album. And it was my favorite. Just to see that, I mean, again, it's another happening. Just to see that live was so nuts.
Yeah, it's cool to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, we're pulling guns on each other at this show? Like,
crazy.
What the hell is going on? But yeah, I mean, it was a big to-do at the time. I had a great time. And plus, I only really want, R. Kelly did Bump and Grind. At
Did
that
you do
point,
any Trapped in the Closet?
No.
That's what I would have been there for.
It was 04, I guess, when that
04,
show.
I think, was Trapped in the Closet.
Maybe. He didn't have a lot of time to do much.
Why is that?
He left because somebody pulled a gun on him, and then he got pepper sprayed. So.
Oh no, Trapped in the Closet was 2005.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I really didn't want to see the Jay-Z stuff. I mean, the R. Kelly stuff. I mainly wanted to see. Yeah. No, yeah, I was there for the R. Kelly stuff. I really only wanted to see the Jay-Z stuff. So when R. Kelly left and Jay-Z just put together a full show,
fine by me.
I was like, that's great.
And it was still called the Best of Both Worlds Tour for the rest?
I think they renamed it to Jay-Z and Friends.
Oh, are you kidding?
I think that's what they renamed it to. I think they renamed it Jay-Z and Friends. That's what I think happened. That they just continued the Jay-Z and Friends tour.
Jay-Z continues tour with Friends.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yep.
That's wild. Now, I mean, this was 2004.
Yep.
So it had still been, I think the last time before that Jay had done Madison Square Garden was for the Black Album tour. And that was like a huge deal that he was the first hip-hop artist to headline Madison Square Garden by himself. After this, like now, like Jay-Z would just, I mean, he could do 7 nights at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. We've covered a lot, but the iconic Andrew Schulz is here. Andrew Schulz from the Flagrant podcast and from Life, the new special on Netflix, is going to be joining us next. Stay right there. We'll be back.
We'll be right back. The Sam Roberts Show.
Is here. Schultzy.
Finally.
First of all, before we get into anything else, because
Yes.
we're going to get into it.
Yes.
The special is excellent.
Thank you very much.
Watched it start to finish.
I appreciate that.
Love the story you weave throughout.
Thank you.
I loved your big nurse that you spoke to. He's one of my. I want to meet him now. Meatball. I want to meet Meatball now. I also love this idea that like you're going in because you said something true. Like when my first kid, my wife and I had like our first pregnancy, we were 10 weeks in, didn't pan out, had a lot of trouble getting pregnant the first time. Second one, it's a really hard thing. And you don't know it's a hard thing until you talk about the fact that it was hard for yourself. And that's when
everybody comes out of the
woodwork.
It's like, when do you remember the first time you shared that story with anybody?
You know, I'll tell you, it was when we talked to my mother about it, she was like, this is what happened to me. And I'm like, in my 30s going like, what?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It's like a quarter of women experience a miscarriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of them don't even know. They just think their period came early or something like that.
Right.
So it's crazy. Once you start learning about all this stuff, it's just insane. And the way that there's so much, I've probably talked about in this special, but there's so much like fear put into like getting pregnant that we assume it's so easy.
Totally.
And then when we try and it's not easy, we're like, wait, what the fuck what's going on here? Yeah, go out. I didn't know that you went through that.
Yeah, for sure. But and the same thing that you were talking about on the special, like it's taking months.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what
and
were we?
It consumes you.
Right.
And it's the worst sex.
And it's not sexy.
It's not at all sexy.
No.
It's just...
Now. Right now. Has to be. She's just waiting for you to finish. Like, it's like, this is... Okay.
And then when it doesn't work, you're like, yeah, because like this, we didn't make love.
Right.
Right. We have to make love. That's how you make a baby.
You're not turned on. You're under the clock. Like... But you got there, and congratulations.
Thank you,
and
man.
you made it.
Thank you.
Was there ever... So when you're out there, right, and you know the special's out now, but you also know the special's coming, right?
Yeah.
And you have created an art form out of getting people to feel ways about you.
Interesting, okay.
When you know that there's all this negative feedback coming towards you.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, I'm also about to put out the most vulnerable special, because you're before this, you're the king of just like jokes. Everybody gets these jokes. And you're like, let me tell you about the most vulnerable I've ever been. You know this is around the corner from fans of, Kendrick fans or this fan or that fan or any fan coming for you. Are you going like, maybe we delay this?
Listen, now that I'm like getting into wrestling, I understand the heat. Right. Whether it's cold or hot, it's heat or whatever it is, like negative or positive, it's heat. I was like, we need to get this out now. I was not going, we got to sit on this. I was like, the people need to know who I really am. But yeah, That's funny that there was this part of me that's like, okay, this is the most distilled version of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what happens when you're doing long form conversation, it's you're throwing around lumps of clay and they're not bits yet. You know, they're not these like fully formed ideas, but they're kind of funny. And you're with people who know you and trust you. Like when I'm doing the pod with all my boys, like I'll even listen back to some of the shit and I'll be like, did I call Gwyneth Paltrow's feet fuck pads? Like I'm like, and like somebody will cut a clip and be like, we should post this. And I'm like, no, we shouldn't post it.
I literally have had the same conversations in this room where it's like, no. Why is this in the clip?
Yeah.
Like in the context of the room, the full show.
Maybe. But putting that out with no context, I look like a psychopath, right? It's just like, I have a daughter. You know? So I think that happens when you're so comfortable with people, you know that they know your heart is good.
Right.
So you'll say this absurd shit. But once you put stuff out on the internet, they don't know your heart is good.
No.
So they're getting things, they're just a headline or a 30-second clip, and they're making these ideas about you, which is fair for them, by the way.
Sure.
Like, you can't force everybody to understand your entirety.
Right.
So if you're putting stuff out, you got to know it's going to be clipped and all these other things, and you got to deal with that. And it was cool to have a piece that maybe gave a better perspective of me as like a full person.
Right.
That I could stand behind. Like, if you watched it, there's fucked up jokes that are going to piss people off in it. But there's some heart in it, and you'd be like, okay, hopefully, you're like, oh, he's a good guy, and he just has these fucked up thoughts like we all do.
So there is this thing that you're like, yeah, this is my most vulnerable, but also people will get to see that I'm a human being.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times definitely in like little clip form, you're not showing that human part as much.
No.
It's just, here's this idea. If you like the idea, if it's your sense of humor, you agree with the point that's being made, then you're like, this is awesome. But it's even like clip content, a lot of it isn't even about the creator. It's about the consumer.
Totally.
It's like, how does this make me feel?
Yeah.
If I agree with it, I want to share it. If I think it's funny, I want to send it to my friends. Very few times, even with the special, actually, maybe it's just all content, but like very few times are people like, hey, this thing is cool. It's got nothing to do with me. I want you to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think too that like it used to be, the old thinking was clips it's just promotion to lead to the bigger thing. But it's like, no, clips are just clips.
Yeah.
Like it's its own thing.
It's
and I
its own
also
economy.
think like you have mainstreamed so quickly and gotten so kind of famous and big so quick that like you're in this space where you'll say stuff on the pod, right? And I know, I've known you as long as I've known you, it's like, these are jokes, like you're just making up jokes, but people respond to jokes going, I can't believe he feels this way. Yeah, I'm like, he never said he felt that way.
Well,
He's just...
That's the thing, and it's like, you're making a lot of sense, but you know me, and also you've been in entertainment for 2 decades, right? 2 decades probably?
Yeah.
So but I've been trying to have a lot of empathy for people who don't understand that.
Sure.
Like, there's a lot of people who look at comedy, they're like, this is just an excuse for people to get out their racist ideas. Like, they think it's a smokescreen.
Sure.
So then they see, like, an unfinished premise thrown out on a pod, and they don't look at, like, the people on the pod. You know, if it was, like, 4 white guys sitting on a couch, I get it.
Sure.
You know, but if they're looking at that and then they have an opinion about it, you can't really be upset at that.
Right.
Like, people take whatever, their feelings are, whatever their experience is, into the world. And then shit bounces off of that. And I think earlier in my career, I'd be like, oh, you pussy, you don't know what a joke is. And then, things got a little bit bigger, and I was like, okay, I got to understand what this says. Like, I never wanted to be famous. Like, I wanted to be really good at something. So I, like, worked hard at being good. And I knew that the byproduct of that would be, like, some fame. But, like, fame is a thing you got to know how to deal with. I'm not calling myself famous, by the way, but like,
I mean, I would say at this point you're fairly famous.
Maybe some, but like that's a thing you got to be offensive about. Like I get PR agencies, I get all this, like narratives can be said about you on the internet, and then people will jump on them because they can make content about it, which they can get views and they can pay their rent off of. Like, you become an economy.
Yeah, you're the industry.
So, and in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to address it. These are lies. It's not who would believe this. It's like, no, people believe it.
Right.
You know what
and there's really good YouTube videos that are going like, here's the argument. I'm laying it all out. Here's this out of context. Here's that out of context. And now it's totally out of your control.
And then it becomes like this thing that people just believe.
Right.
And then you watch it become a thing people believe, and you're like, oh, wow. Like, and in my mind, I'm looking and I'm looking at all the people that I look up to, and I'm like, all right, is Rogan acknowledge anything? No. Is fucking Taylor Swift acknowledge anything? No. Is like The Rock going on fucking, is it? No. But maybe they have PR companies or something that do acknowledge it. I'm not aware. Also, these people are at different levels.
Yes.
But it just made me look at it, and I was like looking at Charlemagne and seeing how he addresses certain things. Like, he might not address it head on, but he'll like sub it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he's addressing like the idea or the trend without giving clout to that person.
Sure.
Because the last thing you don't want to do is like inflate the person that's trying to
give them any oxygen whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a different.
That's wild, and you just kind of have to figure that out when you get there.
Yeah, I never planned on it.
Right.
You know,
you were just trying to get good at what you're doing.
Yeah, I'll just get good at this thing, and then people look at this thing, and then they'll be like, "Oh, he's good at it," and that will be it.
Right.
And there's always going to be a reaction to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky.
It's a wild thing. I will tell
and
you.
Sad.
It's sad because
like there are people who I think about this all the time. Like, one of the best things about having the internet is we can create whatever we want.
Right.
And I think that sometimes the algorithm is dictating what you create.
100%. 100%.
They don't even know it.
Right.
You know, there'll be people who've been making videos about me for like 2 years, and it's just like, well, if you don't like me,
but
why you still watch it? Like,
it's because this is.
Well, it's because it makes money. So now you're like enslaved to the algorithm. You have to watch the thing that you don't like.
And by the way, even if I do catch myself kind of liking it, that's not the business. I can't.
It's not the business. You can't.
It'd be like if Trump was like, actually, this woke thing is kind of good. All his supporters like, what?
What are you doing?
What? That's not what we signed up for.
So it's one of those things where it's like, well, if you were going to take a specific point of view, it's not authentic to how you feel, and just create about it nonstop. Get the corporate job.
Right.
Just work for the company that tells you what the whole point of all this is. We get to do what we want.
Right.
And sometimes when you do what you want, the episode does really good. Sometimes it sucks.
Right.
In terms of views, but it's really awesome for...
You feel fulfilled.
Yes. Like when we did the Cody episode, like, it was awesome.
Right.
And I feel like it really... I got good feedback within the wrestling community. Some of our fans weren't wrestling fans, but some weren't and watched it and they were like, hey, this is like really interesting and fascinating. Did it hit as many views as Rogan? No.
Mm-hmm.
But was it like a really cool thing I was proud of? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at every episode to go there. But that's what you have to sacrifice if you're willing to just create, hopefully, authentically.
Yeah, and and try new things and do new stuff. It's been fun watching you, go around promoting the special because you've been on every podcast. You've been on comedy podcast, sports, every podcast.
That's something else I learned is like, I thought you were supposed to just bring people on your pod.
Yeah.
And then, I'm just curious about different people, but I thought, oh yeah, the perception will be if I have all these different people on the pod, then, this is an open place for people with different ideas and we appreciate these ideas. Mm-hmm. And it's like, not at all. The only way you can control that narrative, you got to go to their home.
Yeah.
And especially if they talk shit about you or did anything, you have to go there and you got to sit down and let them talk that shit to your face and then have that discourse.
There's something so funny to me about you going on the pivot in costume.
Oh, yeah.
And then having the serious conversation from the top, but you're in costume
I
the
didn't know it was going to be that serious up front, but I'll be honest with you, bro.
That's what I figured.
I put on
you're
the
like,
suit.
let me chill out.
We're going to have some fun. And
I'm going to put this ridiculous pin on. And they're like, here's what we need to talk about. And you're like, oh.
Yeah. How do you feel about black women?
Yeah. I probably would have worn bigger pants, but regardless, we're here now. We're having the conversation.
No, shout out to those guys for having me on, and I admire that.
Yeah.
Ryan was very critical, and but he let me come on the pod and have a conversation with him about it.
Yeah.
And the feedback to me has been really great, especially from my side of things. It seems like people understood where I was coming from and they got some good perspective. A lot of people would just maybe duck that conversation.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like you said, going well, maybe if I don't say anything about this, they'll just stop talking about it and everybody will realize that they were wrong. But that's not how it works.
Especially if there's views in it.
Right.
I don't know if they would stop, but other people wouldn't. They'll just milk it until it's done.
And the idea of sitting down and having a long form conversation about even if we're not going to solve a problem, let's at least get true perspectives and intentions out there.
I'll talk to anybody.
Right.
I just don't have time.
Yeah.
So I was
a lot of people.
I got to turn this into press run as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. When I have the special out, I'm doing it. I'll have every conversation. Yeah.
But outside of that, I'm hanging out with my kid.
Right. Yeah, because don't forget, stand up, flagrant,
Bro.
and family. I haven't been on stage since I put out the special.
Really?
Yeah.
I always do this though.
Take a break?
Yeah, I need to take a break.
Yeah.
I can't, because if I don't, I just end up. I don't know. I think you just end up doing like a different version of the same bit.
Because you're on that same kind of loop.
Yeah, it's like that's the only thing your brain is thinking about. So you're going, all right, well, what? All right, here's a different version of this thing, and I wouldn't have been able to create this one if I didn't take time off
from the last one.
Yeah.
So, and the idea is that you come back and next time you're doing something different again, because this is far more like personal, far more storytelling, far more,
Maybe it's one-liners. Like I like to do something different.
Whatever hits you.
When we did the crowd work thing years ago, before crowd work had become like just so inundated.
Yeah.
It was just like, all right, I never done that.
Right.
Like, let me see if this is cool. Then we did it, and it was cool.
Yeah.
It was just, I'll just, what scares me? What do I think I'm not good at?
Sure.
Like, what am I insecure about? Like, okay, how can I, like, I didn't think I was a good storyteller, and I didn't think my life was interesting at all. I never talked about my life at all.
Uh-huh.
I was like, my life is boring.
Right.
My opinions are cooler than my life. And then this happened. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I was like, let me see if I can learn how to tell a story.
Yeah.
It was really just...
And it's interesting, too, because like you said, it's one of those stories that people come up to you and go like, yeah, something similar happened to me. So the fact that you could take a story that isn't that different from what's happened to all these people and turn it into a special, that's it, right?
Bro, it was crazy. Like, even... I like Netflix is you're supposed to like be coy with how people react, because the more information they tell me, the more money they spend the next time I want to do a special.
Yeah.
But they basically were like, they'd never seen retention on a special like this.
Wow.
Meaning completion.
Right. I mean, that everybody's trying to like, what if I just do a 25-minute special? Then will they watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that has a lot to do with story. It's like, if you can tell a cool, compelling story, people get locked in. You're like, I just need to see where this goes.
So when you're preparing that, like, when you're preparing the special and you're trying stuff out, do you just like think of it in chunks, and then how do I tie the chunks together so that this is one thing that I'm weaving in?
Essentially. Like, what are the different things that I'm experiencing? Each one of them were like few-minute jokes.
Right.
And then kind of ordering it. And then I've read all these books about storytelling, because there is like a math to storytelling.
Sure.
It's like our oldest form of digesting information, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you know it obviously just from wrestling. Like, you see it like every single week.
I mean, I think of everything in terms of 3-act structure and storytelling. Like, how does and then if you react this way over here, you'll react that way over there.
Yep.
And it's not even like, and that's the thing about wrestling too. It's not even like you'll fall for it. You'll willingly go on the journey.
We want to. That's the other thing. We want to.
Yeah.
We want to believe these things. Like anybody who gets catfished now, they want to be.
They're refusing the fantasy hits.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's everything here tells me this is just a fantasy. This is not real, but I would rather give up all this money, go through this humiliation, than leave this fantasy.
I mean, this is a crazy thing. This is the most wrestling part about the special, I would say, is I tell you I have a kid immediately. Why are you still watching?
Right.
You're like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I told you the second I got on stage, I have a kid.
And I'm sitting there going like, there's not going to be a fucking heartbeat. There's not going to be a fucking heartbeat. Oh, no. I don't want to see this.
Tell me that's not every wrestling match.
Of course.
It's like,
of course
he's
that's
not
what
going to
it
get
is.
up. He's not going to get... If we cheer loud enough, maybe he'll get up.
And then somebody leads into you. You know he's going to get it. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
Yeah.
So that's... Yeah.
So when did you start seeing wrestling in that? I mean, I feel like
That Vince stuck. And then I hit you up, and I was just talking to you nonstop.
Yeah.
And also shout out Tommy Invincible. You and I talk about Tommy Invincible. You and I talk about Tommy Invincible almost on a weekly basis, and I watch every single video he puts out. I scroll through every single carousel. I got to throw it up. The fucking...
Wow. You just made his life.
Yo, shout out to Tommy. Let me get the mic down.
Shout out to Tommy Invincible.
Listen, he is the Bronx United States champion.
Bronx, yeah.
He's the Bronx United States champion.
BUS.
and he's a tag team champ as well.
That's huge for him.
This guy's getting belts, man.
Yeah.
Nonstop. I love this guy.
I saw him at the Hammerstein Ballroom earlier this year.
He's shutting it down.
Shut that fucking thing down.
Dude, Cardona was shaking in his boots.
He didn't know what to do.
He didn't know what to do.
I'm telling you, this is a guy, right, who's this independent pro wrestler who's just trying to make it, right?
Just trying to make it for decades. He's been trying to make it.
He's got the word invincible tattooed across his back, shoulder to shoulder. And he walks out there, man, and these videos are so great because he's getting prepped as if he was going into MetLife Stadium.
He's pouring the Poland Spring on his head before he walks out.
He's getting hyped up, and then he opens that curtain, and there's maybe 15 people?
7 people in an elementary school classroom.
That's right.
In the middle of the Bronx.
And he circles the entire ring. And he hasn't lost
every 5.
Every 5 hasn't lost any of that enthusiasm. Like, yeah, we're going to do this.
Dude, I love when he engages with people in the comments. He goes, somebody was like, he said, bro's getting so excited. There's 7 people in the crowd. He goes, I'd get just as excited if there was 1. Dude, and like at first you're like, okay, this is absurd. He's getting this excited about it, and then you go, oh, he really is grateful that he gets to do it.
Yeah,
and when I looked at it through that lens, I was like, this guy's my fucking hero.
He's being genuine.
Yeah. How often, like, you go to a show and there's only a few people at the comedy show and, like, you're like, oh, damn, there's only 7 people. It's going to be whatever. Instead of going, oh, my God, I get to go up and do stand-up comedy.
Right.
Like, he has the exact attitude about pursuing your dream that we should all fucking have.
Yeah, because that's the way it's supposed to be. You started in this thing, and it's like, man, if I could just get on a stage,
and then you
that
do
would
it,
be it.
and then that dream goes away.
Right.
Like, you take that for granted.
Right.
You're like, I'm already on stages.
I should be on stages.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should be in an arena. It's like, whoa, like, what about this guy over here that just let me touch a mic? And that's who Tommy Invincible is.
And let me tell you something. When he does that, when he is giving whoever's going up against him that sweet sin,
you know,
I feel invincible, bro.
You do?
I feel fucking invincible,
Yeah.
dude. Look at this guy.
He's giving hugs.
Soaking wet, hugging everybody.
And they don't even have to stand for him. They're staying seated.
That's right.
And he's like, that's fine. Let me carry the energy. I'm hugging you.
Hug you.
I'm going to carry this energy for both of us.
Exactly.
Because I'm invincible. And that's part of being invincible, right?
100%.
Nothing's going to kill my spirit.
No.
Nothing. Even if you decide to stay seated, that's fine.
Look at that ceiling. Fucking perfect mirrored ceiling.
Perfect mirrored ceiling. I wouldn't jump off the top rope. It's a little low.
It's a little.
But that's fine. That's fine. He's not an aerial, guy.
Yet.
Put him in a building with a high ceiling.
And then he's out.
See what this guy can do.
This guy can bounce.
See what this guy can do.
Just saying, he's a legend.
Look at the Poland Spring.
He's a legend.
Over his head.
He's an absolute ledge.
Whew. And I mean, you know what I love about this stuff?
Yeah.
I just love in any industry. There's something to me that I love more so than somebody who kind of makes it.
Yeah.
I love somebody that is staying on the pursuit no matter what.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Like, because the pursuit is everything.
Yeah.
The pursuit is why we do all of this.
Yeah.
So to see somebody that's like, no, maybe they didn't make it as quick as they thought they were going to, but the pursuit hasn't changed. It's been years.
Because he reminds us of all of us.
Right. The pursuit hasn't changed one iota. Are we strong enough, Andrew Schulz, to say that if we hadn't made it yet in some way, shape, or form, we'd still be going after it? He is. That makes him better than us.
Makes him better than us.
If we say no by now, I would have had to figure something out. And he's like, what are you talking about? I figured it out.
Yeah, I'm the U.S. Bronx champion.
And a tag team champion. Yeah. Look at all these people.
To me, he seems pretty fucking invincible, if you ask me.
Yeah, he's figured it out.
2 different belts, 2 different organizations.
Yeah, he's going.
What the fuck is AEW doing?
I don't know.
Get off your ass.
Get him.
WWE.
Get him.
H, what's going on?
What are you doing, H?
What's going on? You got a superstar. You have a superstar in the Bronx, New York.
I do love, too, that you're getting more and more involved, and you are going to be able.
This is all your fault, by the way.
You are going to be.
Anything that I do, and we were saying this before, anything that I ever do in wrestling, this is all by the design of Sam Roberts.
Okay.
You are the puppet master behind all of this, okay? I watch one Vince doc. I call you immediately. My wife passed out, and I'm in my bathroom whispering, and I'm so excited I can't even whisper anymore. I just talk in full volume, just like what the hell is going on? This guy's a genius.
And I go, here's the deal.
I love this guy. It's like I end up loving him at the end.
I mean, here, I never told anybody, but since you brought it up, Schulz goes, okay, Sam, we're having Cody on the pod. I go, that's great.
No, let me tell you. Okay. So this is even this. Oh wait, did you tell me I have to watch a Vince doc? No,
you hit me up and you were like, yo, I just watched this Vince doc.
I'm watching the Vince doc and I'm getting into different stuff. I mean, like, I'm getting into like
you said, here's what you said.
Yeah.
I watched the Vince doc.
I can't believe I wasn't up on this pro wrestling stuff.
Because I went as a kid. I saw Undertaker, I saw Ultimate Warrior at the Prudential Center, and I believe it was Prudential Center in Jersey.
Yeah, the Meadowlands.
Meadowlands, where the Nets used to play. And I remember seeing it as a kid. I had the fucking toy. I have everything as a kid. Okay, I'm locked in. And then I remember during like The Rock and stuff like that, it got very popular. The book came out and everything. It got into it a little bit, and then it kind of went away.
Yeah.
I watched this doc, and keep in mind, I'm doing this like learning how to tell story and learning like how.
Oh, so it hit you right at the right time.
Well, and I'm like,
oh wow.
And I'm learning it as this perfect like reflection of American society and culture. And I also love this idea that heat is just heat, negative or positive.
Just
and
get
it
a
can
reaction.
be used in any way that you want.
And you kind of shift to the reaction. Like if you go, we're going to go out, we're going to get this reaction.
Brilliant.
You get a different reaction. Okay.
Well,
and the good ones, they know in the moment
what to do.
We got to shift this. Like, I mean, there are matches where it's like, I need to start working differently because they're booing me. I need to start working like a heel. And I need to make sure this guy understands, like, you need to start working like a face because they're cheering you and they're booing me. So we need to switch it up right now.
Next level shit.
It's crazy.
Next level shit. Anyway,
it's crazy.
So I'm watching it. I start getting into like these characters that like R-Truth. I was watching all the R-Truth clips, and I was just watching, and I'm sending you messages from this, and I'm just like, I love this guy. He's like getting the other guys to break character.
Yes.
He's so funny that the other guys are laughing in the ring.
Yes.
And he kind of just reminds me of what I would want to do in that situation, which is like, okay, I could be like a little naughty boy right now and just destroy it all. But it works so well that now it builds up his character.
Right.
So there's no loss of energy. That's what I like. If you're doing a play on Broadway, if you go do your own thing, even if the audience likes it, the writer's going to come up to you after that and go, that's not how we wrote this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't change the lines. Don't act differently. This is my baby, and you are here to just breathe life into it.
Yeah.
But in wrestling, you do something crazy, and it works.
Right.
H is coming down. He's going, we really like what you did. If it fails, they're going to go, we don't need you to ever do that again.
Right.
But you eat what you hunt.
That's right.
It's kind of beautiful meritocracy.
You can prepare all you want, but once you get out there, like here's the story before we get in front of an audience.
Yes.
Now we do it.
Yeah. Whatever happens, we are going to react to in the moment.
Yeah.
And
the
I
audience
like
is reacting live in the building. It's live on television. Like there's no takebacks.
And it's on. It reminds me of stand-up in a lot of ways. Where it's like I can tell you this joke and want you to react a certain way. If you don't, I have to acknowledge that energy.
Right. And get out of it. Move over here. Still get to where you want to go.
100%.
Yeah.
So I remember I was like, okay, we asked, or I don't know if they reached out, but I think maybe WWE reached out about Cody. And I was like, I'm just off this Vince doc. And I'm like, this is fucking awesome, but I want to do justice to this interview. So I hit you up and I go, can you like help me with this? Like, can you give me some background information, some stuff that I might not know, et cetera? And you gave me like listen, if any of you watched that interview with Cody and you're like, how the fuck does Schultz know this? Schultz didn't know any of it. Actually, Sam Roberts put all that information in my head, and we talked for hours, and you gave me like play by play. I'm talking about text messages that were released, tweets that came out. Even in the interview, I'm watching Cody look over like, oh, you're like aware of, because I think they're used to doing certain platforms that are unaware of what's happening in the world of wrestling.
They don't even get what the world of wrestling is.
Yeah, they like know that they're the champ, but they don't really know any of the storylines or anything else.
Right.
So like kind of like maybe a quarter of the way in, he goes, oh shit, I'm kind of in like a home game here. Like these guys know me, and then he started dropping like some real deep cut information about what's going on behind the scenes, building up this stuff. And it was fantastic, but all credit to you. I mean, that was...
No.
I knew nothing before. I was familiar with Cody, but you gave me just an unbelievable breakdown.
No, I was very proud of you when I watched it because you knew how to put every piece together. It was fantastic. But the funniest part to me was we were texting, and you were like, what's Cody's deal? And I was like, well, what do you mean, what's his deal? And you're like, what's his deal? And I go, well, what do you know about him? And you're like, nothing. And I go, what do you want to know about him? And you're like, everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this is going to need to be a phone call. If you're serious, if you're sincere, this is going to need to be a phone call. And you're right. And then we got on the phone, and it was hours of, where do you want to start? Because you said,
go.
Start from the beginning.
I want to know from the beginning.
And I go, okay.
Because I was familiar with this story arc like this, like him becoming champion and what this meant.
Right. Finish the story.
Finish the story. So I was peripherally familiar with it, and I was like, wow, what amazing storytelling. Like, was that on purpose? Like, him leaving, was it by design? Like, I was aware of it peripherally.
And it was so funny because before this, I just remember the only time you guys had talked wrestling was like, I think right after WrestleMania 40, Akash was kind of like explaining it to you.
And he kind of,
but he got it wrong.
Yeah.
But it was like from a casual point of view.
Yes.
I got it.
Yes,
it was like
yes.
Akash just kind of turned on. He was like, this is great.
Yeah,
and I loved that he was being positive.
He was super enthusiastic about it.
But all the wrestling fans were like, that's
This guy knows
right. I was like, and I was on their side too, because I was like, Nathan, you're right. It isn't right. But
it's like, I feel like wrestling fans are they know so much. We were talking about this before the pod. Like, they're aware of, it's very meta, right? Where it's like they're aware of the storytelling, they're aware of the heel, the face, and they're aware of all the characters. They know everything. They know when they're being manipulated.
Yeah.
So you almost have to like manipulate the manipulation.
Yes.
That's the only way to kind of catch
and that's
them.
what you want as a fan. Like,
yeah. You're asking, trick me twice.
Yeah.
I know you're going to try to trick me.
Right. You're like, here's the suspension. There's a suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
And by the way, like, you kind of have to stay in it. Like, it can't be suspension of disbelief for the 2-hour television show.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Like, permanent suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
But
I
have the internet. And I know the inside stories. And I know what's really going on. I know who's in charge. I know who he likes and doesn't like in real life. I know who he's pushing. I know who he's burying. I know all this stuff. So now you have to take all that into context and make it a story.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right?
It's crazy.
And it becomes this whole other, like, story on a story on a story.
Yeah, it was insane.
But
even,
then,
go.
You...
Yeah.
I mean... And I don't know if I'm a bad influence, but all of a sudden you get exposed, and I felt like I was the primer,
dude.
And then you get exposed by sitting in the front row.
You know, we weren't supposed to sit there.
Really?
I think Logan set that up.
Put you in the front row.
We were supposed to sit behind like McAfee, like in that
where the
area.
other celebrity, Macaulay Culkin was there, like the other or whoever.
So there's like a section, and that's where we were all going to go, and then last second. We get switched, and I'm so excited because we get to be like front row.
Right.
Now, I'm thinking back, and I'm like, this motherfucker planned that shit.
So
he puts me up so that he can play off of the fact that these are my people in New York City.
Right.
Like, he's not stupid. He knows that people are going to fucking hate him.
Right.
So now he's trying to throw that on me. And there was this weird like confusion where he goes, oh yeah, my buddy Schultz is here, and then the audience is like, wait a minute, we like Schultz.
Because it's New York.
But we don't like, what the fuck is going on here?
Right.
And I'm like, am I supposed to take this on the chin for you when you don't even, if you hit me up before and you're like, hey, can you help me with this thing? But my wife is there. I'm sitting there. You're going to let me get fucking booed in the middle of.
But you've been in that building. You performed in that building.
Twice, but we don't have to count. You know what I mean? It's just not a big deal. But it was 2 times. I don't want to count it out. I'm
sold out or not sold out or sold out?
I mean, it was sold out both times.
Okay.
Like,
both times.
No big deal.
Okay.
You know? A lot of people asked us to do a third show, but the Knicks ended up doing well in the playoffs. But no, it's not a big deal.
Right. So
I'm not competing here. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm really not competing.
No.
But yeah, and like what a scumbag fucking move.
Because that is true, right? Because Logan Paul represents like the celebrity coming into wrestling without the respect for the industry, without the everything. So you think he's like, no, I'm going to go to Schultz to be
I'm going to use him as a buffer. And I'm going to use him to be qualified. And then now I got to either, if I side with him, it's funny because he had his HBO show, the thing came out, and there's this thing where he doesn't like have, he's like, sometimes it's hard for me to have empathy for people. And I'm like, oh yeah, I fucking get it now. When I'm sitting there with my wife and my best friends trying to enjoy Raw at MSG, I'm really excited.
And you developed a relationship with Logan Paul from the pod. And
I've known this guy for years.
Right.
Like literally, I've known him for years, and I'm like, this guy's incredibly talented. Like I didn't even see him do the wrestling shit. I know he gets, trash for like being like this YouTube star that's coming in, but objectively, he's fucking good at the thing. Like some of these moves are incredible. And the guy is pretty strong. I'm not gonna lie. Like I didn't want him to be strong. You felt that.
You felt that.
I didn't want to get dragged to the fucking ring. With my wife right there.
Yeah.
That's what I had to tell my wife. I was like, it's fake. Wrestling totally fake, babe. I was in on that whole thing. What do you thought that's real? No, not at all. This is totally anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the idea to like set me up is like such a fucking, it's just like dirtbag fucking, but it's maybe to that thing he was saying in the show, just maybe a lack of empathy. Like you're not even considering how it could make me feel or how it could,
Just what benefits me right now. I'll use this human being. I'll use whatever.
Which is, I imagine, what's happening even in wrestling, right? Where
Sure.
it's just like, oh, I'm going to use this thing. This is going to be my maybe it's boxing, maybe it's vlogs, maybe it's prime. No, now it's wrestling. I'll do wrestling, and that will be the next thing that feeds me.
Right.
I get the frustration. There's a lot of wrestlers that put fucking 3 decades into this business. They're like, this is all I do. I'm not going to hop on to another thing. I'm not going to monkey bar to the next thing. This is all I'm going to do, and then I'm going to retire, and I hopefully get to talk about it.
Right.
So
and there's a priority of making the business better, not just benefiting from it. Leeching. Some would say leeching.
That's
Some would say leeching.
Listen, are you full time or not?
Right.
Because
You
these guys
say.
are traveling.
You say.
But you say, but do you
Talk.
do?
Do you
say,
do?
but do you do?
Do you do?
Yeah.
Would
You know
it
what I
feel
mean?
like being active? Okay, so you go from, within a matter of months, a phone conversation, getting to the bottom of Cody Rhodes, watching the Vince not getting to the bottom of what
It's
wrestling
almost
even
getting
is.
suplexed in fucking Madison Square Garden, my home.
You're in the ring. When your feet are on the canvas.
I'm looking for you, and I'm just like, fuck you. I'm like, you piece of shit. Why did you get me involved in this? And you're just sitting there like, everything that I wanted.
I thought it was great. I thought the whole thing was great. I was like, any way this one goes, if he gets his face smashed into the mat,
Yeah.
if AJ however this goes, I love it.
Oh, it was great when AJ came in, and also I'm in there like I don't really know what the fuck to do, like because I'm like, do we jump this guy? Like what's going on?
Right.
So when
Oh,
AJ,
yeah, all right, so that's
Yeah,
weird,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because now you're in this confrontation, but
Yeah.
also as a performer, you're surrounded by an arena full of people.
So, yeah, I'm like, I'm like, what do I do right now? Like, I'm also living out like a childhood dream. I am at Raw, I'm in the fucking ring.
But you got this influencer trying to beat you up,
and I'm in front of my wife.
Right.
So there's this part of me that's like I got to stand up for myself, and then AJ comes in, and then he starts doing his thing, and there's this funny moment where I just look so stupid, but like I'm so excited that AJ starts fucking up Logan that I'm like holding onto the ropes, and I just start going, yeah. And I'm just, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm looking for a chair. I'm like, McAfee, give me a fucking chair. Let me break this guy's head open. Like, I got no clue what you're supposed to do in those moments, but AJ handled it. And then AJ goes, and I'm just in the middle of the thing with AJ, and everybody's going crazy. AJ goes, go do, oh fuck, what's the term when you jump on the turnbuckles or whatever?
get up on the second rope.
Yeah,
and,
but he said is there a term for it?
I don't know what his term would be.
He said something. I was like, what? He goes, here, jump on the ropes. And I was like, all right. I fucking jumped the rope. I think I might be the only wrestling adjacent person in history that has gotten flipped into the ring, rolled into the ring, almost suplexed, and jumped on the top rope and celebrated. Like I did something.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think AJ celebrated. I think I jumped on the second rope and I said, I did it!
Look what I just did! I was associated with this. But it is an accomplishment, even though, New York loves you. The idea that a wrestling audience cheered a celebrity. Whenever a wrestling audience cheers a celebrity, that's extra difficult. There's something in tune with us.
Tell me, what is the relationship usually like when you have these cameos?
Well, it depends on if they're in. Like, if people don't
I
know...
hate even allowing you to call me a celebrity, by the way.
Well, it's going to happen.
I have a little feeling about it.
So I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Jeremy Piven was on an episode of Raw once.
Got it.
The WWE does a huge event every year called SummerSlam.
Yep.
And this was leading up to SummerSlam, and he's in there with John Cena in this big segment. And he says, well, I think whoever wins this match will main event at the Summerfest. And the minute... he's getting booed out of the building, and for the rest of his life, wrestling fans have no time for this guy because it's like you showed up, you got in the ring with John, and you don't even know what SummerSlam is.
Yeah,
it's Summerfest.
Yeah, no, I see that because then it just looks like a
concert?
promotional opportunity,
right?
And I get that. And there's probably like a part of that when I was first there. Like there's this, he's got the special coming out, and now it's
and that's why you got booed, especially with Logan Paul, because it's like, another one of Logan's like celebrity friends trying to glom on, especially because wrestling's hot now.
I get it, but also it's like I live in New York. I didn't book Raw the week after my special comes out.
You did not.
No, I didn't call up, hey, H, by the way, my special's coming out. You know what I mean? I'm like, my special's coming out, so can you book Raw the week after in New York City, in my city? Would you do that? That'd be really nice.
Yeah.
So, but of course, I'm like, okay, this is going to be, this is going to be cool. So
you were doing interviews and stuff after, and you've done it not like wrestling promos, but you've been on like Theo's podcast and other podcasts acting like you're not done, like you want
You want to be more involved in wrestling?
Yeah, no, I mean,
and like you want to hurt Logan.
I don't even want to be more involved in wrestling. I like watching wrestling. I just like it. I think it's cool. I like talking to the guys. I don't have like aspirations to wrestle or anything like that. Right. But there is Logan and I have to have a conversation.
Conversation.
Yeah, there has to be a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, it's disrespectful.
That has to be a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and without AJ, there has to be a conversation.
Just you two.
I mean, if it gets rough, I hope AJ pulls up immediately.
Okay, so maybe like without AJ, but he's right outside the room type of thing.
Have the music ready. You
right.
know what I mean? Like,
right.
Have the music ready. No, but we need to talk about that. I thought that was like an absurd...
No, I think you're right.
I just thought it was an absurd notion. But I also do understand like wrestling fans feeling that way about celebs, especially if there is a celeb that has been like a wrestling fan their entire... Like I imagine like the energy towards Bad Bunny is not negative, right?
We love Bad Bunny.
Because you can tell it's like a pure, real thing. He loves the sport.
Loves it. And puts the work in.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's more this feeling like, I'm going to relate it to comedy, but it's just like, if you're teasing somebody from a certain place or you're going to another place and you're making jokes and they're just like the hacky surface level shit, they roll their eyes. But if you show them that you've done a little like research and you know stuff about the place, it's actually like the complete inverse reaction. They're like, whoa, I really like this guy because he made the effort to make me feel seen here. He's not just extracting. He's trying to build.
And respecting your art, you and your art form, meaning like if it's like a person who's got notoriety from something outside of stand-up that goes in, it's one thing to just start booking theaters and going like, yep, I'm going to do an hour of stand-up. It's another thing.
We'll be annoyed by it. Yeah.
Right. But if they started coming in and doing clubs and going to you for advice and coming in every single night and going like, no, I really, and you could tell, oh, they want to get good at this.
Yeah.
You'd embrace that.
Yeah, 100%. I also think like, especially with that card, you know, like with Seth and CM Punk at the end, like you're talking about like real veterans, put the work in.
And we as wrestling fans have been waiting for that story. Don't steal that.
Exactly. So it's just, I thought that, and maybe even that's why they liked what I said in the ring, because it was like, hey, we're not here for this shit. This is distracting.
I think
from, you know, it's because that's why I was showing up. I was like, I want to see these guys.
There's a cage match in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, and also like how much longer are they going to wrestle?
Right.
I don't know how much longer, but like how much longer are you going to see those guys at the top of their game?
Right. At this level? Are you going to go to WrestleMania? You got to go to WrestleMania.
I don't know.
You should.
It would be so cool.
It'd be nuts, dude.
Easter weekend.
It is.
And I have a 14-month-old daughter.
Bro, I got 3 kids. I'm going to WrestleMania. Damn it. Come on, dude.
Yeah, but it's built. You're like 20 years in the game. I got 30 years in the game. It's like
not only do I have 3 kids, 2 of them are old enough to remember that I missed an Easter for WrestleMania.
That's funny.
It's happening.
Funny.
Sorry.
That's funny.
Sorry.
How many matches have been announced on the days that they're going to happen?
I don't know that anything has been officially announced as to which day. Like, you mean between Saturday and Sunday?
That's what I'm saying, because like there are people that I you know are going to buy tickets for the weekend, of course, but not everybody can afford a ticket for the entire weekend.
Right.
So like, if you're buying a ticket right now before you know who's,
so you're going to assume that like the biggest match, I would think, is Cody and Cena,
of course.
And
so that's going to be Sunday.
You would assume that headline Sunday.
Got it.
You would assume Seth, Punk, and Roman Reigns is going to headline Saturday.
Yeah.
That would be the assumption. And then beyond that, they usually try to like sculpt out 2 shows that are fairly equal in value.
When do you think Logan and AJ are going to get after it?
Well, that's a good question. You're saying maybe missing the Saturday before Easter.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay. But do you think it'd be more convenient if it were on like the WrestleMania Saturday?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
I'm just saying if Tommy Invincible happens to be walking around a casino in Vegas and he sees Logan Paul, he might have a heel turn.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm trying to
Maybe
say.
he said Tommy Invincible.
I'm just,
yeah.
I'm just saying, I got hitters out there in the Bronx.
You do.
That do dirty work. Very dirty work.
Mainly Tommy Invincible.
I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's certainly a world where AJ and Logan go on a Saturday, you know?
Because that's not Easter, you know?
That's not Easter. No, it isn't.
Leaves plenty of time for Easter.
No, it does. It does.
It would leave a lot of time for Easter and to be with family.
It's Vegas. You can catch a red eye. You're home on Sunday before the baby even
You know
wakes
what's
up.
even crazier is that my wife's family's actually in Santa Barbara, which is like an hour flight.
That's really close.
So if there was a situation where, you know, something popped up, you know what I mean, it would be It would be very probably easy to access. Hypothetically speaking.
If you're just throwing things up in the air.
We're throwing things up in the air and just seeing what sticks.
Right.
An hour flight from, Santa Barbara, California, lovely Santa Barbara, California, in and out.
Boom.
Maybe I wasn't even there, actually. Maybe just something happened. Matter of fact, I'm probably with my family.
Probably
with my family.
Probably.
So if there was a masked guy that did anything there, it definitely probably wouldn't be me.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
It'd probably be somebody else because I'm with my family in Santa Barbara.
Last year, Jason Kelsey showed up in a luchador mask, so you just never know.
If I saw a 6'7" Mexican
in Philly, by the way, it was in Philly.
Build the
wall. Oh, I love it, man. Yeah, it's been real interesting. It's been an interesting turn.
Yeah.
In the life and career of Andrew Schulz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like having a kid has centered you?
Yeah, it's like you've experienced this 3 times over. It's like the feelings you have when you have a child are so unbelievably cliche that you're embarrassed as a creative.
Right, like you're like, don't even ask.
Like we think, I imagine that we have interesting takes and thoughts about the world, and that's why we feel comfortable talking into a microphone to people, right? And then you have your kid, and the only thoughts hitting you are just my kid has the best laugh, my kid has the best smile, and I'm sure that there's like a biological justification for this. We all have to have this like unbelievable feeling towards our children, and then tons of empathy for other people's kids, and we want to protect kids and all these things. But that's what I was shocked by. I thought I was going to have like this. The fresh unique take. Specific thing, and it was going to hit me in this different way, and it's just like, no, I am like everyone else, dude.
Right. Like I want you, the fresh take here. I want you guys to know.
Yeah.
I had the greatest daughter in the world.
Yeah.
Like, dude, cool, man. It's just cool.
Yeah, it's like
nice insight.
Everybody asks, and I think they're looking at me like I'm going to have this. Well, the thing about kids is actually, it's like however you feel.
Yeah.
Exactly how I feel.
Right. It's what you think.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, I don't know about 2 and 3. I am curious. I have heard things about 2 and 3, meaning like there's a difference with your anxiety level after you have a second or third.
I mean, look, I have an amazing wife, so I'm sure that helps.
Yeah.
Not that you don't. I'm sure you do as well. But like, I mean, for me, like our third was my push. I would do a 4th.
I love it.
I mean, I've told her, like, I'm ready to build an army. Just say when. Like we'll keep.
It's
because every time another one comes out, I go, we did another perfect kid.
Yeah, this is
like awesome. We did another.
Yeah, we just hit it out the park.
We're so good at this. Yeah. Why would we want to? And what's the best thing you could do?
Yeah.
Put good people onto the earth.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you could do. Forget about legacy. Who cares?
Dude.
Like, just put good people onto the planet, and like we'll be set. So if we're making good people. Make as many as possible. Let's go full Elon on this. Like just keep going.
It becomes addicting, right?
Yeah, and that's where also you ought to go like, wait, this isn't a God complex, is it?
No. I don't think it's a God complex.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that it's possible to get addicted to breeding. I think on some level it's like the ultimate money flex.
Because you're like, yeah, this is no problem for me.
Yeah, a car isn't close to as expensive as a human.
They're super expensive.
Yeah. So, like, the idea, like, I think Nick Cannon having, like, 12, he's just going, like, I'm really wealthy.
Right. Aren't you stressed financially? No.
Not me. I have 12 kids, 12 different baby mamas. I have more money than anything.
Totally fine.
In my mind, he is the richest human being on planet Earth.
He's got to be.
12. I'm like, how much money can Wild 'N Out make you?
And he's never stressed.
Never stressed.
Never
stressed.
He's always like, oh, let's have a fun improv show.
They're expensive.
These kids
are expensive,
especially when they're with different women.
Oh my god!
Because then you have to. There's a maintenance on the baby mamas as well.
They're looking at how much this woman's getting, and they're all talking.
Yeah, they talk to each other.
Of course.
No, you could. That I don't think I could do.
Right.
The idea of having I like building from within.
Yeah.
Like keeping like a big family.
Yep.
But the idea of more than one family.
No.
That seems impossible.
Yeah, it's like on paper it makes sense, but like the idea that like the Mormons and shit, like more than one wife.
Crazy. Great. Can you imagine?
No.
No.
One wife is so much wife.
Right.
It is I am at the maximum wife I can do.
I think that's right. Yeah. One.
Yeah. And these Mormons are like, we should do that exact thing.
More.
Again.
Right.
So any free time you have away from your wife, Now you fill with another wife.
Right. Right. And I know you've all agreed to this, but like, no, I have an obligation now that I have to spend this much time with the second wife.
Insane.
Because I just, like, if you and you have to know in the back of your head all the time, if you're having a good time with one wife.
Oh, no.
You also know.
How dare you do that?
That like, oh, this 3 hours just flew by. Well, guess what? You got 2 more wives that need 3 hours themselves.
They need all that time.
Your day's gone.
They need all that time.
That's 9 hours right there.
That's it.
Time to go back to bed.
You're done.
And then, by the way, when are you hanging out with your kids?
You don't.
No.
Oh, it's brutal.
If you get multiple wives, we each need a date night. What?
Yeah, it's a...
keeping up with conversations?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you tell me that? Or did she tell me that? Yeah.
No,
that's unhealthy.
No.
It's unhealthy.
No, I wouldn't want it at all.
No.
Plus, I also think it's important to have like a home unit. Like you get home and you don't have to worry. Like you're not worrying about stuff.
Yeah.
This is a person who understands you.
Yeah.
This is a person that you can be vulnerable or whatever in front of.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And it's like, and that's
Huge.
it. This is a closed unit.
Huge.
Not like, oh no, I forgot. I had told my second wife.
And this one's vying for more time. It's just too much stress.
Too much stress.
We don't want to do more stress.
Plus, you have to tell your problems 3 times each.
I
don't want to talk about my problems.
Yeah, and also they don't want to talk about your problems with the little time they have with you.
Good point.
Yeah.
So you're now listening to all 3's problems constantly.
These Mormons are retarded.
I think you might be right.
Like, I cannot believe this is a thing. And then the Muslims that do it too. This is insane.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
Do you know too? I think I saw like the Mormons, because not all Mormons do it.
No, none of them do it.
But apparently, like it's
they used to do it back in the day because I think all the guys died on the way to Salt Lake City.
Right.
So they're like,
and they wanted to get the Mormonism going, and also, you know,
it wasn't pussy.
That's it.
And also, like,
that's what they wanted.
Men had much lower expectations from women back in the day.
Right.
It was probably really great.
Yeah, I mean,
at one point.
Yeah, because you didn't have to do anything.
Nothing at all. So you're like, I can have 3 wives, you know what I mean? But now it just
Not
doesn't
in the
fit in
modern age,
modern
it doesn't
society.
make sense.
Yeah, we didn't think about this.
But they said it came from the Book of God that you should have multiple wives, and then they realized like there's a lot of people not joining Mormonism because this multiple wives things is like, what?
It's not working out.
And so then they come up with a new book, and they're like, good news, we got another word from God.
No way.
No multiple wives.
I like the upgrades.
Yeah.
This is smart.
Yeah. We need more, hey, God.
What else is happening?
Can you update us?
This is awesome.
If this makes sense anymore.
Yeah.
So, and I just loved it. Like, you could do that without disrupting faith.
Oh, beautiful.
There could be just a new word from God.
Yeah, I love the sophistication of the Mormon
It's
religion.
great.
It is, their ability to adjust in real time is fantastic.
Are you raising your child with any religion?
Mormon.
That's
Yeah.
smart. That's smart because it's the updating one. Oh, we got a new OS.
No, I don't know. I think my wife would like to raise her Christian, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think we'll raise them with anything. I'm not against it. I'll do what my parents did, which is like, if you find one of them interesting, go for it, and we're not going to stop you, but we're also not going to like push it on you.
Yeah, we're not going to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were cool. Like, if I wanted to, they never said don't.
Right.
And they never say anything negative about religion.
No.
So, like, you can find it if you choose to.
That's important because I think sometimes parents are like, well, I'm not going to push it on them. And then they go, hey, I'm curious about this. No, don't do it.
It was horrible. I had a horrible experience.
And it's like, well, you can't pull either.
Exactly.
You can't push or pull. You just got to
if you're allowing them to do it. Yeah.
I feel as though Donald Trump, President Trump, has referenced the weave now. Nonstop. I had never heard this term before the president was on the Flagrant podcast.
Dude, you know what's funny about the weave is like, I'm glad that he has like a name for it because it is what makes impressions of him so funny. It's not actually the sound of his voice. Mm-hmm. It's the word association. So, like, when he talks, it's like, even if you don't do his voice, you're like, oh, it's great to be here, Sam. It's great to be here, Sam. Samsung, my favorite TV is Samsung. TVs are amazing. That flat screen, flat, like that woman's ass, so flat. She had some tits, though, huge tits, huge, like Greenland. We're going to take it, right? So it's not even like how he sounds.
You didn't have to do the voice.
Boom, 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 boom. And as I hear people do the impression, I'm like, with the association, I'm like, of course he's the easiest person to listen to, because when you never know what someone's going to say next, you have to listen.
Right.
When you predict what they can say, it's really boring.
Sure. Or, yeah. Or you have to have the confidence of going like, he's not just rambling. He's going to get somewhere.
Or not. And it
But
doesn't
maybe
matter.
not.
And it doesn't fucking matter. Whatever it is, it's just funny to hear him do it.
Yeah. But when he starts saying it, right?
Yeah.
And I never heard him say it before Flagrant. Are you like, this little podcast of ours
Dude,
may have impacted.
No,
like
I don't think we impact. Like, I get it's so funny. I've been. My theory is like none of us impacted the election at all.
None of the podcasters.
No, like
it was going to happen regardless.
Yeah, it's like the people. There was just like a referendum on the current administration.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying that on some like, I don't have an ego shit.
Right.
Like I was just like, guys, like I don't think I'm so important that we could ever do it. And it's funny, like some people reacted to that as me trying to like remove responsibility for the win.
Oh.
It's like you can't win.
No,
here you really cannot win. I don't have. I'm trying to go. I don't have the hubris to think I'm that important. And then you're like, oh, he just doesn't want to be responsible. And it's like,
okay.
all right, fine, I did it. I fucking did it. Deal with it. You know what I mean? No, my feeling is it just like confirms the things that people maybe already felt and like made them feel more confident, maybe vocalizing them.
Yeah,
but yeah, in terms of like shifting culture, I really don't think people are listening to a podcast and then they're going, you know what? I'm going to change my views on America entirely.
Yeah.
I don't
Where'd you learn that? Flagrant. Flagrant. It was this, it was Flagrant podcast. They were talking about this,
Like what? Yeah, I don't know. That's just my feeling. And I think there's a lot of people maybe on the left that want to believe that because they're like, it can't be something we did. It's a very convenient way of thinking, right?
Right.
Well, we didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
We
just don't have good podcasts.
Yeah, it's because we didn't go on the podcast.
Right,
we were
right.
invited to go on, and none of us decided to go on.
Right.
Right. But yeah, it's just like no self-reflection.
Is there? Speaking of reflection,
yeah.
When you guys are sitting there and it's your crew, and you're looking at who was at then a former president of the United States. Insane. It's got to be like
insane.
Like
you can't even believe it.
Right.
You're like, what world am I living in?
Yeah.
Like it is like, I mean, just we're even insane show.
Yeah. Like, do you sit there going like, this is a simulation. This can't even be a reality that's in front of us right now.
It's just afterwards, I was like looking at everybody. I was like, did that happen just now? Like, did that happen?
Yeah.
Did the president say that Iran tried to kill him on our podcast? Did he break news about a global affair that could start World War III on the Flagrant podcast?
Were we just like renting a room in a weird podcast space like a couple years ago?
Week,
like what?
We said that Mark's grandma was getting Eiffel Towered in a World War II bunker.
Yeah.
And this week, the president started World War III on our podcast.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Like, there's a real issue. This is, not to like bag on like traditional media or whatever that fucking, where I think we're all exhausted by that conversation, but like, y'all fucked up because we should not be interviewing the president.
No,
you know what I mean?
no.
Like, how far did you guys fall?
Yeah,
that he's coming on here. What? Yeah. It's kind of insane.
Right. You gave us this responsibility. We should not have it. This is what
I get to tell the president the shit that's important to me.
Right.
Like I get to say, yo, these are the things that matter to me. What are you going to do about it? To the president?
Yeah. What?
What?
What are you talking about?
Insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I feel like.
Also, how could you not do that? Like, if you have the opportunity to like talk to the president,
you have to.
Even like, let's say you want clout or not or whatever. Like, if you're an American and you have things that you care about, and you have the opportunity to tell the person who's going to be in charge,
right,
what those things are, you're going to say no. Like, if you have the opportunity to sit on Santa's lap,
right,
you're going to do it.
You got to.
I don't care if you're Jewish or Muslim. Like, if he's delivering presents and you can sit on his fucking lap,
right.
This is what I want for Christmas. No more foreign wars. Make sure IVF is available for everybody.
Yeah.
Don't send home all the Mexicans. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, if you have the opportunity to do that, I just can't fathom anybody who cares about the world that they live in that would say no.
There's also this very human sort of individualistic thing, for me anyway, where I'd go like, I mean, I was just like, feel like not that long ago I was just doing college radio, just trying to figure things out, like what what would it be like?
It's a qualifier,
if
dude.
the president was sitting across from me. Like, how is this even? And that's what I also think about, like, when you're doing all these podcasts and people are talking to you about the things that you say and the people that you've talked to.
Yeah.
Because for me, I displace, I think, a lot. Where I go, like, this thing just happened that's almost too big for me to even consider.
Yeah.
And there have been a couple moments even this year where I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't even really want to talk about it. And I almost feel like having a conversation with somebody on a show where they're like, this happened, I would think, I'd be like, it's even weird to be talking about this. I don't think that really happened. I don't think any of this could possibly really be happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, you're saying in terms of like interviewing the president or
like something like that.
Yeah.
Like if then you go on another podcast and they go like this show,
yeah,
and I'm going like, it's like interviewing the president. You're
like,
if I were you, my perspective, I'd probably go, I don't think I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure. I don't think I did.
Yeah.
It seems too weird still.
It is weird, man.
You know?
It is weird. It's also weird, like, going on certain shows, like, where people are very, I think, like, concerned about how their audience might react.
Yeah.
Knowing that I've interviewed the president.
Sure.
And that, like, they feel it's very important that they bring that up. They're almost like protecting their audience's reaction, which I get. They're concerned. Maybe they like me, they know me, and they're concerned the audience might not. And, they're just like, so, yes, you brought on the president, and how do you feel about that? And I'm like, feel good about it. Yeah, he's the president. You know what I mean? I mean, you're not bringing up Alex Jones, who was on my fucking podcast for some reason, but yeah, the president.
Sure. Yeah. Also had the WWE champion on. We have guests on, and
come on.
That's another big one. Yeah, it was a big one though. That was a big one. Yeah. It's just. But I guess you just keep rolling, right?
Yeah.
You just keep moving and see where this wave. Continues to go.
Yeah, I guess there's a little part of you that hopes that he doesn't, just become a tyrant, because then...
Sure. That'd be bad.
Yeah, then people could really be like, yo, you fucking had him on, and he was charming about the weave, and then he's a tyrant.
But you're like, why?
Well, if he does...
I don't know. I didn't think he was going to do that.
By then, I'm part of his cabinet or something,
that's right.
And I'm just like, yeah, it was me.
Yeah, that's right.
Mr. President.
I'm going to jump on that plane, have something at McDonald's. Let me... Let me get on there.
Yeah.
I really want to ask you.
Ask me anything you want.
Okay, because I'm not doing it for clicks. I'm doing it for...
ask me anything you want, please. Whatever you want.
At what point, right, do you sit back and you go, this is becoming a big thing? I'll tell you what this is. This is becoming a big thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about this.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was about me. You know what I'm going to do? Say I make love to this rapper. Like, at what point in the comedian's mind does it become like, because it couldn't have been strictly spur of the moment.
No. So that's the thing. Like, nobody understands the timelines, and like I said, everybody just reacts to like 30-second clips. So this is what really happened. The song comes out, and the internet and his fans decide that it's about me.
Right. Because I listened to the Kendrick clip, and I'm like,
it could be any fucking
right. I mean, I guess.
I mean, listen. For 2 weeks I don't say anything because I'm filming the special.
Right.
So I'm like, if I respond, I'll have to acknowledge it. I know once I respond, it's going to become a fucking thing.
Right.
So I'm like, I'll have to acknowledge it in the taping. And this special is not about Kendrick. The special is not about any real pop culture shit.
It's about you.
Yeah.
It's your work.
Exactly. And I don't even want like the consumption of it when it does come out to deal with whatever the backlash of that could be, because I understand there's going to be backlash, right?
Right.
So weeks go by, I don't even really care. But he did say a thing that the next line is, and the N-words that Coon and the N-words being groomed slide on both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Did the internet also seem to think was about Alex Media and Charlemagne?
Your friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the term slide is like, assault or murder or something, whatever. And again, it's just a fucking rap lyric. Who gives a fuck? But they're starting to get people reaching out like, yo, if you come to LA, it's on like that. And I'm like, okay. So you basically told your fucking fans, some of which might be insane, to murder my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Anything I say after that
free
is free.
Gotcha.
Because you went to murder.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the top.
And I think the way that it was, and maybe I could have done a more delicate way of communicating back, but I think the way it was like, he goes, hey, don't make jokes about black women. I'm like, I'll fuck you. You know? But it's...
Yeah, I mean, it's uncouth.
Yeah, but I don't care. Oh, don't make jokes. It's like, okay, like you're the first person that told me not to make jokes.
Right.
Like, and, you know, did I find it hypocritical that he's like doing a movie with the South Park guys and they've got Lizzo jokes and all this other shit? Like, yes, he's being hypocritical. He was doing something for clicks. He's like jumping on an internet thing. He probably wasn't that familiar with me and didn't realize that like people know about me or whatever. I think he was just reacting to a video online.
Sure, of course.
And then I did get confirmation it was about me. So before I said anything, I got confirmation.
Gotcha, because you don't want to start... Because, by the way, that would be the worst.
It's the most ego thing in the world to make, it must be about me. It's like, I didn't react for 2 weeks, and then I got confirmation. Basically, his team reached out to somebody to be like, yo, we weren't talking about you guys with that line about the killing shit. So, but it was about Schultz with this thing.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, you open your mouth, you say this thing about telling your fans to kill my friends, you get whatever's coming to you, and you fucking enjoy it. You know what I mean? You get what's coming to you, and you enjoy it.
Right.
The second you bring murder into it with my friends, you get what's coming and you enjoy it.
So that's kind of where it's like, tell me where the level is, and I'll meet you there.
Yeah, and then it's so funny, people are going like, he didn't even mean that when he said that about them. He's just a rap lyric. And it's like, oh, yeah, and I meant it. I guess I really meant it. I'm the only one that really meant it.
Well, I mean, it goes back to the thing about, like, you've gotten to the point where the deciphering between this is a real opinion and a real statement of purpose.
Dude, people tried
versus
to
a
make
joke.
it racism so fast, too. That was the most surprising thing. They're like, I said it back, and they were like, this is racism. This comes from, like, a history of, like, slave owners having sex with their slave. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I was like, how did this become racist? He just said he would tell his fans to shoot my friends.
Right.
I'm just saying I'll make love to him.
That's all.
Seems like even a little less than what he said. Right? Like, how is this racist?
I see.
Who brought up slavery?
No, yeah.
They brought up this whole thing, this is buck breaking or whatever like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
But at least you got an education.
I'm learning about these things.
Yeah, and you take it in.
Well, he does. No, but like the shitty thing is that I do, like, I think I have a lot of like respect for people who put things out. Like creative people put things out, and I think he's a prolific artist. You know what I mean? So when you put something out, when you make a piece of work and you put it out there for people to ridicule it, or celebrate it. But that's a vulnerable thing. And I think right now we live in a kind of reaction economy where it's just like so many people are like just reacting to videos, but they've never really put out something of their own for people to celebrate or ridicule. And even if he says some crazy shit to me or to my friends, I still have a lot of respect for him for just putting out art that can be criticized or celebrated. Like on a baseline creative level. Yeah. I really like that. And I think he's like just a really good rapper. It's like annoying that the thing happened, to be honest.
Yeah.
If that, it was just felt annoying.
Beyond that, he's great.
Yeah, I'm not like, I don't listen to his music personally, but when I hear a song, I'm like, wow, this guy's really good at the thing.
Yeah.
He's really good at the thing.
Right.
I'm sure there's comedians that are like that, where it's just like, I totally get that how good this person is. I just don't go to turn it on when I do it. Tons of musicians like that. But yeah, I think a lot of times people get into these things and they just want to like shit all over the artists for their art. It's like, no, because before that I didn't have any issue.
Right.
So then I'd be faking the issue just because he said something.
Totally. How do you have the conversation with your wife about like, look, this whole special is going to be about what we went through, but also part of that is video of it. Like you're now a part of this thing, and that, like you just said, putting your art out there means that it's fair to criticize it.
My wife is like the most private person in the world.
Right.
Private Instagram, doesn't want attention, like, but I think it definitely helped that my sperm sucked. I would have never done it if it was her fault.
That would have been shitty for you to do a whole stand-up
special.
It's
hard to have a baby when your wife is rotten.
Right. That wouldn't have been cool at all.
But me being fucked up, it was way easier.
Yeah.
And then, and I think that, to be honest, like there's part of her that she felt like really alone in the process, and she didn't want people to feel alone in the process. And despite her being like mortified of any attention at all, she was like, I'll deal with that because I think it could be helpful to people going through it. So it was all altruistic for her.
Wow.
And like
and
really open.
I think that's a good way to be. And I think that it's true. You know what I mean? It's like...
I did it to be funny.
Sure. You're not helping anyone. You're not helping.
Anybody that gets help from it, this is like a bonus. But like, I'm not coming out here going like, that was my goal. I'm going to make people feel seen in this. No, that is the icing on the cake.
Right.
I wanted to do stand-up. This is the only thing I could think about.
Right. There's this helpful thing in here. I got to try to write some jokes around this because I don't really care about that.
I couldn't think of anything else. It was the only, like you went through it when you're trying to get your wife pregnant and you can't. It's like the only thing that's on your mind.
It's it.
It consumes your relationship, consumes your life. Like, I don't have any, I'm not like political opinions. I have fucking none. I'm like just thinking about trying to make a baby.
And people don't even know, like that is the type of stress that can destroy relationships.
Yeah, because you can't even talk to other people about it because you're embarrassed. In the beginning, when I thought it was her, I was like, I don't want to share this with anybody because I don't want her to feel embarrassed.
Right.
So then I'm going, okay. And then when I find out it's me, I can start talking to people a little bit.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, look, guys, if you have not seen Life, watch it. It's great. I mean, Schultz, I couldn't be more happy for everything that's going on with you and everything that has been going on with you.
Thank you.
It's also great to see that Life has been maintaining in that top. So many of these specials end up disappearing off Netflix. So the fact that it's still up there, still easy to find, still on the top 10, still on the you should watch recommended list.
That was crazy.
It's huge.
To do like 2 weeks
huge
in a row and like to go back up. Like the second week we went to 10, and then as the weekend came around, every day we 9, 8, 7, and it was like, oh wow, people are really talking about it. And that's just word of mouth. Like there's only so much press you can do.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's like, do people tell their friends to go watch something?
Yeah.
And that's been fire.
Well, yeah, watch Life if you haven't. It's great. Listen to Flagrant if you haven't. It's great. And Schultz, man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate this, dude.
Well, thank you so much. And just keep in mind, guys, if I'm ever interviewing wrestlers and I look like I know too much, I do. Sam Roberts. This is Sam Roberts delivering juicy information to me, and I'm simply regurgitating it. So all praise goes to Sam.
Well, thank you, man. We'll see you guys later. Thank you, Schultz.
See you.
This has been Sam Roberts Show. If you missed anything or want to hear it all over again, check out Sam Roberts Show on the SXM app.
Greetings and citation.
Weirdo roles like that, like even as he's like, you know, getting the Bruce Springsteen movie and he's Richard Jewell with Clint Eastwood and he's doing all this, he's still doing like this independent movie about the guy who scammed out Pressure Luck.
Which is really good, by the way.
It's great.
I enjoyed it.
Of course, because the story's so good. I mean, he's so good. The cast is so good. But that's been one of those, like, you know, internet lore stories that's kind of been around forever. And then once those docs came out, I think there's one that was on Netflix. And you watch this guy. And they tried to say he cheated, right? Because it's this guy. Pressure Luck was, and I'm sure, you know, most of us of our generation grew up with Pressure Luck. Pressure Luck was probably 866-969-1969, by the way, is our phone number. Pressure Luck was my favorite game show. I liked it better than Price is Right. I liked it I've never liked Wheel of Fortune.
What?
I always thought Wheel of Fortune was for idiots.